Game ain't based on sympathy. Remember that.
You already know. Get off, somebody gon' pull out your stick. Get off, everybody gon' pull out your stick. Pull out your stick, 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 pull out your stick. Get off.
What's up, Kane Nation? We in the building, man. Welcome back to another great episode of Kane Talk Live with your boy, Coach Hayes, on the Coach Hayes Football YouTube channel, man. Listen, we ready to rock and roll. It's Kane's Day. It's a Wednesday. We about to get this thing turned all the way up. Don't forget the YouTube takeover will be heading the Wednesday before the first game. I think that's September 5th, starting at 4 p.m. to 12 midnight, 8-hour show. All Miami Hurricane YouTube content creators are invited. You are cordially invited to the show. So don't say you didn't get an invite. I'm going to send out the links and all that. We still got some time before, but I'm just letting you know. Get ready. Come through. Everybody and anybody is welcome. If you're a YouTube content creator, come through, man. We just here to celebrate the Canes. I think this is our 4th year doing it. So make sure you tell a friend. If you watch other YouTube channels, Miami Hurricane YouTube channels, please let them know. Put it on the calendar. Don't pencil it in. Pin it in. Right here on Coach Hayes Football, 4 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come through. Also, the annual Coach Hayes College Fantasy Football League will be underway. We will be opening it up in about 2 weeks. All right. So get that set. First come, first serve. What do I mean? First person to put their money up, get the first spot in the draft. Second person put their money up, get a second spot in the draft. Third person, fourth person, fifth person, sixth person. You get how it go, right? And it's 10 times your money. We got a $25 league. We got a $50 league, $100 league. We're trying to see if we can get a $500 and $1,000 league. Put your money where your mouth is. If you talk that ball and you think you all that, like Elite Cuban Kane out here and Dub City and 863 Kane and Shockwave and Cali Mike, and let me see who else, T Owens T, excuse me, Kane's Cartel, all these members, y'all gonna get first dibs too now. So if you're a member, you get first dibs. It's going in the Discord first. It's going in the Discord first. So if you're a member, you get first dibs at joining the league. So that's what it is. Hey, B. Sannon, you too. You be here talking that good stuff, man. Come on, Andre Brown, where you at? I'm looking for these people, motivated, dedicated. You can bring that Georgia Bulldog crap over there if you want to. We'll take your money, man. Hey, we love donations. You know, you can tell yourself you playing, but you really donating your money. I appreciate you, motivated, dedicated. Also, tomorrow we will be in the Discord breaking down some film. So if you're a member, come join us. We'll be in there breaking down some film. We got some good stuff going on. And actually, what I'm going to show you today is something that we saw in the Discord breaking down film. Now, I'm not going to always give out all the good stuff that go on for the members. However, sometimes you got to sell a couple tapes out the trunk, if you know what I mean, to let the people know the music is good. So go buy the tape. Matter of fact, E. Brown, you know, he always make a donation every year. He's so old, he forget he even in the fantasy draft. He's still thinking he playing football with no face man. He got a leather helmet on. So he actually watched the games with a leather helmet on. So shout out to E. Brown in the building. Anyway, we're going to get this thing rocking, man. I want to talk about my beloved Miami Hurricanes in 58 days, 0 hours, 9 minutes, and 46, 45, 44 seconds. We'll be cutting down some Christmas trees on the West Coast for early Christmas, playing Stanford University. And like I said, in the Discord, we will start breaking down those tapes, looking at them, and any other tapes as well, just football in general. We just want to have football conversations, looking at film and so forth. But anyhow, you know, I want to get on here and talk a little football in regards to the Miami Hurricanes defense. Everybody is going crazy about our offense with Darian Mensah. I get it. Our running back room, I get it. Our receiving room, I understand. Our O-line room, right? And even on defense, we're talking. But I have to say this, as I put on the thumbnail, our defense is key. And the X factor, this year for the Miami Hurricanes is how well will our defense play. Last year, Corey Heatherman steps in for Lance Guidry, and he does a phenomenal job, right? Comes in his first year from Minnesota, and he does a phenomenal job. Here's what I will say from the coaching perspective. Year one is always that got me year, right? You got me. But year two is where it gets a little tough because now people see your pattern and your tendencies. They see what you like to do, especially with that kind of team. Okay. And they also get a bead on what you like to do, what you don't like to do, the kind of players you have, and what you have coming back. I think with the Hurricanes, everybody knew who Ruben Bain was. Everybody knew who Mesidor was, right? We understood that. But I don't think people truly knew on the back end who those three guys in the back were. Poyser, Thomas, and Marion, right? They did not know who those guys were on the back. I mean, Scott, excuse me, Keontae Scott. I said Marion, I'm thinking of the zero. They did not know truly who those guys were. And those were phenomenal pickups. I have to give a A+++ on talent evaluation from the Miami Hurricanes recruiting staff when it came to picking up those guys, bringing them into this program, man. They did a phenomenal job. Trust me. I mean, they erased some problems that we may have had back there. And if you look at our defense, if you know anything about defense, we know that Corey Heatherman likes to run a lot of cover 3 and man, maybe some cloud. No, I'm not telling secrets out here. So some people, well, coach, you're giving away our secrets. Man, you know what? God, mother. Shut up. Giving away no doggone secrets. They got the film. They got the all 22, and they got about 13 different cuts of it. They got the end zone both sides. They got the wide angle from the sideline, the tight angle from the sideline. They got the blimp cam. They got the O-line cam. They got the DB cam. So shut it up. You come to this channel because you want to be informed and entertained, and that's just what we're about to do. So what I want to talk about today is a little bit of Corey Heatherman's defense. And he came into the Miami Hurricanes talking about being a teacher. And, you know, most guys do that. But I have to say, given his background as a teacher, coming through the ranks in which he did, I can appreciate it. And I definitely see where his teaching takes place. And a lot of times in football, we use that term KISS, keep it simple, stupid. And that's exactly what we do. But I must say this, offensive coordinators are super smart in today's game. Why? Because the players are uber athletic. They are crazy athletic. You can do so much more on offense than you could back then just because of the kind of talent you have. You have more receivers out there. Think about it, you got running backs that are built like receivers now. You know, you got guys that have receiver skill. You know what I mean? They don't look like the big burly back there in the background, in the backfield, catching the ball on the swing pass and trying to do some of catching just the old screen pass. These guys line up in the backfield, motion out there to wide receiver, and make it happen. So you have so much more to do. Offensive line is so much more athletic today. I mean, you know, it's crazy. Now that's not saying the defense is not like that, because you got defense ends out here running, you know, low 4.4s, high 4.3s, doing crazy work. And so I definitely understand that. But back to Corey Heatherman, we were in the Discord last week, I believe it was, and we were looking at some football, looking on film and stuff, and we were breaking down some old tapes. We looked at the Ole Miss Miami game again. We looked at the Indiana game again, and we looked at Ohio State game again. And I'm going to bring up something here they probably already know, so hopefully they don't spill the beans. But there are some things, and I'm going to just say it like this, and I mean this, I don't mean any disrespect whatsoever, but I don't think I would be Coach Hayes if I didn't bring the coach part of the podcast to the people. And that's what it's all about, coaching up the people, giving them something to talk about, taking something to the water cooler, taking something to the barbershop and saying, man, look, blah, blah, blah. And for this information, all I'm asking for is you go ahead and hit the like, share, and subscribe button right now, man. We're trying to get to 100K. We're only at just short of 46,000. So we got a ways to go. So I need y'all help. Let's make it happen. But like I said, before I really dig into the meat and potatoes of this thing, let me do a quick roll call here. Shout out to Ant in the building with the 5 emojis, a member. Shock in the building. Bless up to the whole chat. Appreciate your mind. Coach Hayes, Get your cane juice right. Come on, man. Don't put look cane juice on deck, baby. Hold on. Woo, that's good. That thing full too. Huh? Pencil fight champ. Oh. Well, I ain't gonna even go into that tonight. Shout out to Elite Cuban Cane. Elite Cuban Cane. I heard you call me out on that college football 227. We want to do something in the Discord with that too. We want to start a tournament going on in there. I need to get the game. So I'm not all that savvy when it comes to the tech part, believe it or not. I still got the 25. I ain't even get the 26. And I think I'm still paying that doggone $10 a month or whatever to get it going. I ain't even played the doggone thing. Sad part is, check me out. Got my remote right here, baby. Get some. So, like I said, we like to have fun with that, man. Maybe we'll get back to playing some live while we talk some football at the same time. All right. Let me see who else we got in the building, man. Chris Kane, appreciate you. Yo, what's up, everybody? Coach late again. No, I ain't late, man. I was actually sitting here watching y'all through the window, man, behind the curtain. I'm like, man, ain't nobody in the audience yet. Cut it out. 863. I know you ready to battle on the fantasy league. Let's get it in. Let's see here who else we got. As we let some people fly through and get on in here. Shock all over the place. I love it, man. Oh, my man, Daniel Sportsberry. Appreciate you. Thank Sports. I always say that Daniel Sportsberry. Daniel Berry Sports. Come on, Hayes, tighten up. What's up, Paco? Trio 5. What they do? Quatch. I'm chilling, man. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate you as well. Another member in the building, man. You need to come through and holler at us in the Discord too, bro. Let's make it happen. A6, you a member too, man. Come on and get in this Discord, man, and stop playing with it, man. All right. Shock say I got crunk with this show topic. All right, well, let's get it in. Here's what I want to say, and I really wish, and I may do a part 2, meaning right in the Discord, because I can't really show the college football games on YouTube because they bang the channel. And you know, these copyright strikes, man, YouTube changing their rules all the time. And so, you know, you try to avoid the copyright strikes, but we can do it definitely in the Discord. But I'm going to show, I might press my luck today because I think this is important. But I don't want to go overly deep. But here's what I will say. What I will say is when I looked and kind of studied Corey Heatherman's defense, and I even went back to his Minnesota days, right? And this is where I kind of found this thing I'm going to show you. A lot of his defense is predicated on his nickelback, right? And it's a good thing. Don't get me wrong. His back end, and this is smart. I want people to understand how smart this is. A lot of people, when they look at defense, they think stopping the run, and I had to learn this because I thought the same way. A lot of people think when you're stopping the run, that's the very first thing on a defensive coordinator's mind. How do you stop the run? And you stop the run, not with the guys in the box, but how do you add people to the box from the defensive back end side? And that's what Corey Heatherman, I think, has done a good job. We saw a lot of Scott blitzing off the edge. We saw Poison. We saw Jacoby Thomas. He mixed it up, right? It wasn't always the same guy. Even though we saw Scott make a lot of plays in the backfield or even at the line of scrimmage, sometimes we see Poison, Thomas, so forth and so on. Even though they all playing free safety, strong safety, nickel back, they were kind of interchangeable. And that's what's important. That's how you got your 7th and 8th man into the box based on what that offense gave you from a formation standpoint. And again, I'm going to keep saying this, and I hope y'all follow me, is offenses have an infinite playbook. I've said this 1,000 times on this channel. As long as they stay within the rules of how many men on the line of scrimmage, their formations are pretty much infinite, right? They can put 4 on one side of the ball. They can put 5 on one side of the ball, meaning receivers. They can put 1 and 1, 2 and 1, 3 by 1, 2 by 2, tight end set. We remember seeing Stanford having 3 tight ends out there at the same time. I mean, it is crazy. And defenses have to try to match up with that, right? For example, if you go back to the Stanford days with David Shaw, he had a lot of tight ends out there, right? When you had Andrew Luck, well, you can't put your typical nickel back or DBs out there because the size advantage from a blocking perspective is off. So you bring in bigger guys. But then what if you got bigger guys that can run like receivers? I mean, the matchups are crazy. But let me go back through the mind of a defensive coordinator. First thing he must stop is the run. If you can't stop the run, you are going to lose the football game, right? That doesn't mean if I stop the run, I'm going to win. But if you don't stop it, you definitely will lose. All right, that's the very first thing on the table for a defensive coordinator. How do we stop the run? What kind of runs they do? What do they like to do? Where are they most successful? When do they run particular plays? And how do they run particular plays? Okay. Are they a truly zone team? Are they a gap scheme team? Are they multiple? Do they do a lot of different things? Okay. Do they consider bubble screens and things part of their run game? See, some offensive coordinators, we may look and say, oh, a screen is just an extended run. Well, some offensive coordinators don't think that. That's part of their pass package. Okay. But some guys say, hey, this is an extended run. They heavy in the box. Let's spit it out. Boom, let's get around the corner and make it happen. Cool. Well, when I look at Corey Heatherman, and I told you, I don't know if I said this before, I was watching the Ole Miss game again, and there's a I guess a segment, I don't know the right way to say it, where Jimbo Fisher and some other people, and he's talking football through the game. He's not one of the talking heads in the booth, the color commentary and the play-by-play. All right, guys, 1st and 10. Miami's on the 40-yard line looking to drive. No, not that. He's on the sideline talking the game. Hey, man, they got 2 high safeties, split the field here, blah, blah, blah. Coach, what would you like to do here? Man, outside zone is open. You got it. He could check. He's kind of just like narrating through that thing, and I loved it. I loved it, and I would love to watch a game like that. The talking heads are cool, but for me, I'd rather listen to a guy like Jimbo Fisher, maybe a Urban Meyer, or whoever it is doing it. I actually started watching more NFL because of Tony Romo, the way he was talking, even though Tony Romo was on some fluff sometime, because when he was wrong, he had to make it seem like he was right. And every coach not going to be right. Here, watch out for the fade. Here's the fade ball. And they run it. Yeah, well, they had the fade, but they decided that, I get that part. That's part of the entertainment part. No problem. But anyhow, with all that being said, as I looked at Corey Heatherman's defense, as the season went on, it became predictable. And again, what I'm going to say here is not any hate. This is a constructive criticism. This is as if I am not wearing orange and green today, and I am going against Corey Heatherman, and I'm looking to play him. If I'm Stanford right now and I'm getting ready to play them, this is what I'm looking at. And that's just kind of how I'm just had this conversation. So for Cane fans, please don't get your Miami Hurricane bloomers in a bunch. Relax. But anyhow, when I look at it, you should typically be prepared for some form of cover 3 or man. Okay. They play some cloud coverage, which still is in essence cover 3. They just do it differently. You shoot the safety back. The corner back. You rotate the safety to the middle. This safety to the short side may play cover 2 look. This corner is squat. That gives you that cloud look, but it's still 3. And for people that don't know, just the history of how these coverages got their numbers and names, the number represents how many people are deep. All right. Cover 0. Hence the word 0 means there's no guys deep. Cover 2, 2 guys deep. Cover 3, 3 guys deep. Doesn't always have to be corner, safety, corner, but it's a version of cover 3. Cover 4, 4 guys deep, so forth and so on. But you don't have 6 and 7. But anyway, here's what I know about offensive coordinators and quarterbacks. They're very smart. They watch a lot of film. The technology has evolved this game into a thinking man's game. And if you can get a beat on what people do and what they like to do and when they do it, you have the advantage. And so again, when I'm looking at Miami's defense last year, man, we flying around the ball. It's simple. Players know their assignments. It's not overly complicated. Doesn't appear to be. And that's a good thing, right? They flying to get into the rock and this, that, and the third. But in cover 3, as all coverages, has weaknesses. right? Cover 2 has weaknesses, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. They all have their form of weakness. And that's, if you look at it, where we kind of got exposed. Especially when I watched the Ole Miss, they were running that flood concept and hitting that tight end, right? They would run the hitch in front of them. They run the go ball and then run that late flood pattern over there. And they hit us 3 times. I think they scored on it. My man with the dread, I want to say number 6, had the long dreads. And I remember watching the games in the Discord and talking to the people saying, man, we got to adjust. We got to be able to give them a different look. We can't just come out and look in this pretty cover 3, this one high safety look. And there are times where you'll see 2 guys back, but their landmarks are off. And quarterbacks recognize that. Quarterbacks recognize there's nowhere in the world this guy playing a too high shell and he gonna get spread out and go too wide. Why? Because he may be 3 yards inside the hash and 8 yards off the ball. There's nowhere in the world with a split out receiver that's about 9 yards wide that he can get over the top of that, unless he Usain Bolt. Okay. Now, with that being said, I think we have to do a better job of disguising what we're going to do. Now, I'm not saying Corey Heatherman is not capable of this. I'm not saying he's not going to do this. And I'm a firm believer. If it's not broken, don't fix it. All right? If it's not broken, don't fix it. But if your tire going flat, put some air in it. That's all. You get where I'm going. You got to change the whole tire, but put some air in it if you follow my analogy. Follow my analogy there. But anyhow, and because we were so athletic on the back end, we got away with a lot of stuff. Because we had guys like Ruben Bain and Mesidor creating so much pressure on the front end, right? Even blitzing guys like Muhammad Toure or even Wesley Bassane or even Moten and them guys, just putting so much pressure on the quarterback, they couldn't locate it. Well, we've lost those 2 guys. Doesn't mean that Damon Wilson and some other guys won't make noise. But we know what we had in Ruben Bain and Mesidor. The question is, will those front 4 create that same type of pressure without the blitzing to help us on the back end? Now, back to the back end. The 3 amigos back there, Thomas, Scott, and Poison, were also erasers. They cleaned up a lot of stuff that most people didn't see. Because we follow the ball in football. We don't follow the scheme or the concept. The ball go over there, that's where we look. But over here, and if you watch my Good, Bad, and Ugly series, you'll know I point a lot of those things out most of the time. Trying not to get overly coachy in those, but I point those things out, and that's what's happening. I had some concerns, like I said, in our 3rd quarter adjustments when it came to our defense. I thought we came out and we played to see what they were going to do. I don't know if we really knew what they were going to do when they came out in the second half. And let me simply explain. A lot of times the halftime adjustments are made. And again, technology is off the charts right now. Before you used to have chart, man, they got video thing, the computers calculating all this stuff and giving you tendencies and percentages and what zones. See, there's certain zones on the football field that defensive coordinators look at. Hey, are they heavy in zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, zone 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? The field is broken up in zones on the back end. Where are they really trying to target? Are they a middle of the field team? Are they a right side of the field team? Are they sideline teams? All of this kind of information has to be processed in football. And a lot of fans don't understand that because they don't know. And that's okay. And that's why it's the Coach Me Coach podcast. We in the building. So with all that, my biggest thing is truly disguising what we want to do. Sometimes you don't have to. Sometimes you don't want to. Sometimes you don't need to. But as the season goes on and you play 14, 15, 16 games, people picking up on stuff, right? Because here's what other people have to understand also. As the season goes on, injuries come in. That second team guy is usually a second team guy because he can't do what the first team guy does. And the first team guy is usually there because he can do more than everybody else here and with his feet. And a lot of that comes through experience. That brings me to Bryce Fitzgerald. I think Bryce Fitzgerald is going to be a star, but I still think Bryce Fitzgerald is super young in this game. Phenomenal freshman campaign now. Let's not get it twisted. What he had, 9 interceptions. I think he was 3rd or 4th in the NCAA in interceptions and didn't even start, didn't even play, a large percent of the time. But that goes to show you he's a guy that understands being in the right place at the right time. Okay? Understands how to make a play, understands how to get things done. But I must say, there are times I watch Bryce Fitzgerald totally out of place, totally in the wrong place. And that's okay. It's part of football. And that's what we have to make. That's why I said defense is key. Game planning against Corey Heatherman. I want people to understand this. Offenses are a copycat league. If I am Stanford right now, I'm going and looking at all of the playoff series. Hell, I may look at the whole season, but I'm definitely going to look at the last playoff series, right? Cool. Not a problem. In watching his defense, you're going to see something another team does. Follow me now, because I'm going to show you something. You're going to watch something that another team does that was successful, and guess what you're going to do? We finna install that in our offense. If I saw Ohio State do something and it worked extremely well against Miami's defense, if I'm Stanford, yeah, I'm going to keep my offense. That's my offense. But I'm going to put that wrinkle in because they couldn't find a way to stop it. If I go back and watch the Ole Miss, I'm definitely throwing the flood concept in because we didn't stop it. You're going to have to prove to me that you can stop it. Now, on the defensive side, that becomes hard because you don't know what they know. You don't know what tape they saw. You don't know what they deemed good enough to insert into their playbook that hurt you a year ago, 2 years ago, hell, maybe even 3 years ago. Okay? And that's why defenses are always playing the cat and mouse catch-up game. I'm saying all this because I want to show you guys something. I want to show you something. Let me see if I can make this right. As we were in the Discord last week, we were looking at Ohio State, Miami playoffs. Okay. Let's see here. And as we were going through it, we're looking at the plays and so forth, and this particular play came up. You guys remember this play. This is the play with Jeremiah Smith. Let's see if I can get it. Jeremiah Smith goes all the way down the field. I want you to look at this formation very closely because this is important. Remember, this is Corey Heatherman's first year at Miami. Let's take a look at this. It's 10 people here, and there's a safety back here. You can't see him behind the referee. Okay? This is super important. Remember, this is 2026 season playoffs. Ohio State. Then I want you to look at this play. Uh-oh. Is it not showing? All right, maybe I have to do it like this. Now I want you to look at this play. This is Minnesota, where he currently coached or formerly coached prior to coming to Miami, against Penn State. Right? Very similar formation. Look at this as if this was Ohio State and this was Miami. This is Minnesota on defense, insert Miami. This is Penn State on offense, insert Ohio State. Very similar. I know, God knows I shouldn't do this. Right? Now, let me do this right quick because I know I got all kind of stuff going on. I got all type of stuff going on. All right, here we go. Now, if I switch, look, back and forth, look at the play. Now, if I go through this, oh, Lord. You know what, y'all? We just got to play it. We just got to play it. Look at this play. I hope y'all respect the game. Let's do it. I'll do it one more time for good luck. Look at the formation. Single receiver, bottom of the field receiver, tight end, right? What they call a queen set, queen eye sometimes. Some people call it weak eye, whatever. All right. Now, let me show you the reverse of where you think Ohio State got this play from. Watch this. Same concept, same look. The play action is a little different. Same look. Same look. Only difference is he kind of booted, stopped in there, a little short boot, turn around, two-man route. This is the same coordinator. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I want people to understand how coaching works. I want people to understand when you look at this stuff, how it works. And what we did, the reason I'm bringing this up because of what we did, this is the thing about it. Ohio State went back a whole year, looked at Minnesota versus Penn State, and used that same play against us in the playoffs, right? Again, this is no knock. I am not knocking. I'm just talking coaching football. If I was in a coaching clinic, these are the things we're talking about. And it goes to show you Ohio State found a way to get us in the same exact situation that Penn State got him in at Minnesota. So we have to be aware of these type of things. Again, I'm not trying to Monday morning quarterback and be like, well, coach, God dang, coach. No, this is football. This is war. This is how you win games. This is how you lose games. Now, can I tell you this? Shannon Dawson probably did the same thing to one of our opponents. So I'm not saying they're only doing it to us. I'm just letting you know how coaching works. See, this is what I was anticipating, and I love it. Right? I told y'all, don't get your Miami Hurricane bloomers in a bunch. Ain't nobody talking about you. I'm just talking football, bro. Huh? Shout out to David. Said, we won the game. I know. I get it. I appreciate you, G. Gil Wilson said, you're a real coach, coach. Appreciate that. That's why it's called the Coach Me Coach podcast. Thank you. Shout out to Shop. I mean, you can always pick things apart after the fact, coach. Granted, they got us on that play, and they obviously scouted Heatherman, but I get it. but you know what y'all remind me of? Y'all remember in Living Color? Boy, you better not say nothing bad about Miss Jenkins. Come on, y'all. We talking football. We want to talk football, right? Let's talk football. Let's take the emotions and let's sit it over here on the shelf and relax. We just talking ball here. I get it. I'm a Kane fan, baby. Hell, I got a clock on the wall, man. Relax. I knew this was coming. That's why I even tried to get a disclaimer like, hey, don't get your bloomers in a bunch. Relax. Ain't no hate. There you go, 863. I'm just pointing out coaching tendencies. Thank you. And I'm trying to teach you guys, for those that don't know, I'm not saying everybody know, that don't know how this thing works under the hood. And these are the things, as a fan, as you start watching more football, your eyes are going to go away from the actual football and you're going to start watching other things. Because the other things are what your opponent is watching too. See, when I throw that smash concept, the hook with the corner, and it works, I know that worked. I want to know what you did backside, because you know what you're going to do? You're going to adjust to the smash. What about the backside that was open that we didn't hit yet? That's coaching. That's the chess match, not the checkers. That's the chess match that goes on every 25 seconds on the football field. That's the chess match when you're on the sideline. That's the difference in calling plays and designing plays. That's the difference between being a defensive coordinator and a play caller. See, you could be a defensive coordinator and not a good play caller. You could install, teach it, but every 25 seconds, boy, you better figure out what's happening next. Because that dude that's standing right across from you, he over there playing chess, not checkers. You better be playing chess and hope he playing checkers. And then sometimes your chess pieces are just better than their chess pieces, no matter what they do. And that's okay. So I bring all this up to say that the two gentlemen that we lost on the back end were big pieces on our chessboard. And I looked at Omar Thornton's film. He does a lot of what Keontae Scott does. When I looked at his beat, he has like a Boston, I would say Bethune-Cookman. He's got a Boston College highlight tape, and he got a lot of what I saw in Keontae Scott in him based on his film when I watched it. And that right there, I think, is huge. That is huge. It looks like he likes to stick his head in there, stop the run, make it happen, can play in the pass, not scared to intercept the ball, make some plays, right? Only thing that I'm saying, why I say defense is key here, is because what we did today, and this is everywhere across the board, unless you just got better players. And I'm really not talking about the season as much as I'm talking about the playoff. When you start getting in that playoffs, the arrow for margin goes like this. Like this. I mean, we want to talk about winning. Let's take the Keontae Scott interception against Ohio State. Right? Aaron Lamar, like this. Think about two things happening there. The snap was kind of off, and Jeremiah Smith did exactly what he was coached. Looped out because you're anticipating he's going to come out. And Keontae Scott, he ain't coached to do that. I guarantee if somebody asked Corey Heatherman at the podium, Coach, did you coach Keontae Scott to jump that? If he takes credit for it, then he a BS coach. I'll tell you that straight up. Straight up, straight down. That's what they call a player's play. You got to make a player move. Some people call it hero or zero play. You're going to be a hero or a zero. And he took a gambler's chance. He bet on black, and he landed on black. So I'm saying all that to say, I really want to see our defense, even against Stanford. Believe it or not, I think we're going to wally mop these people. But even against Stanford, I should be able to see some differences and some nuances that's going to make bigger changes. And to me, it's all more about disguise. I don't want you to change your defense. I just don't want you to look like it coming out the bat. And people got to remember this too. I'll say this before I open up the phone line. Let me open up the phone lines here. 863-799-9956. Well, I know that number better than I know my own phone number. Gee whiz. Where the phone thing at? Oh boy. Here it is. There you go. 862-799-9956. I just want to see a little more of a disguise. I don't want to see a change. That's his defense. That's what he's learned. That's what he's created. That's what his defense has morphed into. Maybe, from Rutgers to Minnesota to James Madison or wherever he's been, you keep making your own recipe. And I love that. I just don't want him to have a bead on us so early. And here's why I say that. I remember asking Streeter when he's at the game, as well as myself, I saw this. There are times we will line up in things early and we don't recognize this, especially if you watch from home. In TV timeouts, it's like 3 minutes. We'll already be lined up. I've watched offensive coordinators see us. They go in there and check, come out, boom, make a big play because we look so pretty in it. We line up in that real pretty one high look. When we're in man, we like this. When we in cover 3, we already 10 yards back. And that's why Indiana did what they did against us when they RPO'd the corner. Go watch the first half of the game. They RPO in the corner. He's sticking the ball here looking at the corner. The corner bail, the receiver knows it's a choice route. Sit down. Boop. Hit you right there on the hitch. RPO the corner. He pressing. I pull it. Back shoulder. And we can look at that tonight. I did it in the good, bad, and ugly. I showed it in the good, bad, and ugly. But we can go through that tonight. We're not going to stay on here overly long. I want to get in the Discord with the team, and let's really talk and chop it up. Because I know Shaka already on the line. He want to give me these 1s and 2s right now. Cali Mike on the line. He want to give me the 1s and 2s because he already think I'm a hater. Yes, sir. But I want us to be great, bro. I want us to be great. Like, bro, we should be working on the category 7 ring right now. We had that. God. Oh, God. Oh, dang. Oh, my God. We got this, y'all. It's small stuff that make big differences, man. Come on. All right. We're going to open up this phone line. Hopefully I didn't get copyrighted off of that. I probably did. I may have to take it out. Hell, I may not. I don't know. It is what it is. I appreciate everybody that's stopping through here, man. Let me see. A coach should have been coach. Oh, the safety should have been the deepest player on the field, Coach Hayes. Because if you rewind, the zone coverage was across the board for medium yardage with a 2 wide receiver route. Just my opinion. Yes, but you have to remember this: they're playing man, right? So what is it? So see, this is. I'm glad you said that. Mantra, if I'm saying that correct. I appreciate you coming through. I'm glad you said that. If you go look at it, it's a cover 1 route. Cover 1 defense. 2-man route, to your point. But now the safety is probably taught what they call poach safety. Some people call them robbers. He's going to snatch the in-cutting route because those are the hardest to cover. But that's the beauty of that route concept. You got 9 in protection. Well, 8 in protection. 2 going out in the quarterback. So you got 8 people blocking, and this is the manipulation. I'm glad you asked this. If I'm saying your name correct, Matra or Matt R.A. I'm not sure how to say it. If they saw how you play in a different concept, and what happens if I bring this guy across the face of the safety? How is he going to react? See, because how you're talking is that this safety should have been deepest, not necessarily in cover 1, based on what's happening. That's a run formation, right? You know who the run support is in cover 1? Who you think the run support? How do you think you get the extra guy in the box and run support? That free safety. That's why he's called free safety. Not trying to be funny. I'm trying to teach you. So, again, if you look at the leverage, I couldn't really tell. Maybe Connor might have been outside. And if you notice, how is Connor so far? This may have been part of the thing where they passed it off. He ran that inside cutting route. You pass it off and you keep sinking for the post ball. He just was late. Unlike Penn State did against Minnesota, their corner didn't play as well. O'Connor looked bad, but he actually looked good. He didn't play it too bad. Because now I got a guy running a post all the way across the field. You know how hard that is to cover? A guy's running away from you. And as a quarterback, I just got to put it out there. Let a dude like Jeremiah Smith run the 4 whatever, go get up under it. You saw it against Minnesota. Minnesota corner just didn't have the foot speed to run with it. Ended up in a touchdown. See, all this stuff is on them charts. When you see them coaches holding them charts, there ain't no Alice in Wonderland on them doggone charts. All of these situations, if you look, there's always a lot of boxes. There are nothing but situational stuff. 1st and 10, 2nd and 10, right? 2nd and medium, 2nd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and medium, 3rd and short, 4th and short, 4th and long, 4th and medium, trick play, situational play, 2-minute drill plays, 4-minute drill play. All this is on that chart. That's why they chart so big. And then they got to have room for what doesn't work. They mark it off, and then they write something else that may have worked on 3rd and long. They'll put it in the 2nd and long spot. Come on, man. This is a science, bro. This is a science. David said, why did it take so long to get to the quarterback? I guess you're about that play. They had 8 people blocking. It's a 2-man route. See, it's a run formation. They showed the little look, come up. You got to remember, and we're in cover 1. We're not in zone. We're in cover 1. So the guy that has the tight end, he got to stay true to the tight end because off the play action, he come up for the run. They throw it to the tight end wide open. So as long as that tight end blocking, I got to stay. So I'm stuck. The 2 linebackers, they got to respect the guys in the backfield. You got an H-back over there. He got to respect. That's some good stuff, man. That's some good football stuff right there. Woo. Coach a little fired up. Let me take his cane juice before I get on. Shaka gonna knock my head off. Watch this. He ready. Let me slap myself first. Wake up. All right, Shaka, I done slap myself. Y'all go ahead and call in 862-799-9956. We're not gonna stay on here too long. We're already 50 minutes in. I've been blabbering long enough. We're going straight to the Discord where I can put video up and all that other good stuff. Boy, it's hot as Hades up in here, boy. Coach I forgot to turn the air on. Y'all help me out. All right. Shaka in the building. Sorry. Thought I got a text message about something. All right. Shaka is in the building. Dang, I'm tripping. I got the air on 78 degrees up in here, man. I know I'm a tropical people, my brother, but not like that. All right, Shaka, talk to us, man. What's your thoughts, brother?
What's up with you? Can you hear me? What's up with you?
I'm good, man. Loud and clear. Glad to have you on.
You too, man. I'm glad to thank you for having me on. No, I ain't beating you up too much, Coach. I won't even harp on that play review you did too long. I mean, you're right. You know what I'm saying? I guess my only thing with that particular, I just feel like at the end of the day, I posted up there. If I'm not mistaken, we was like top 6 in the country overall defense. I mean, you probably could go back throughout the season and anywhere from a handful to maybe 7, 8 plays throughout the year where he got that way, you know, as far as somebody exploiting the tendency. Granted, I mean, it happens, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no perfect game by a player or a coach, man. Everybody gets beat at some point throughout the season. So you're right, I can't argue with you. You know, your breakdown is correct, but I don't think it was to the point where I don't feel like the man got exploited to the point where it was a real issue for the team. Like, in the grand scheme of things, we had a pretty damn great defense. So I won't harp on that. You're right, but for me, I wouldn't harp on that too much. But
Here's what I'll tell you. So here's what I'll tell you, Shaka. First of all, as I would tell you, again, didn't knock anything. So in regards to, like you said, no, never said that this is the reason our defense was bad and da-da-da. And yeah, I know we were top 6 and so forth. I just want people to understand how coaching works and how you can get caught and manipulated through something that you have already shown as a weakness. And I got to say this last thing too. I've come to realize this over the years, for the past 5 to 6 years doing this. I realize a coach's mind is different than, I'll just say, the average football mind. Is that fair to say? I don't want to say a fan, because there's some fans out there that really know some ball. We are, over time, as you coach, you are trained to find the problems, not the positives. You want to know why? Because the positives are already showing up. I know what works.
Yeah.
I got to find out what doesn't work. So therefore, I can eliminate that, because the opponent is going to find out what doesn't work well and expose me. So it's almost like I'll just say this last piece. It's almost like, no, you're fine. It's almost like, this is about to be a terrible analogy, but I'm going with it. Oh, God. This is going to be terrible, but just follow me. Would you wear a bulletproof vest that's already got holes in it and shot up?
I feel you.
Because the odds, another bullet might go through that same hole. You get what I'm saying? So I want to fix the little, I got a whole bunch of other material, but the odds of that 1, 2, or 3 holes in my vest and it go through there and get me, they got me. So I should fix it. Make it back to my the nail in the tire analogy. I got a nail in the tire. Yeah, you can ride on it, but if it pop, it's gonna be a bad point. That's all I'm saying.
I'm with you. Like I said, I don't really have no big discrepancy with you on the coach. I mean, let me ask you. I mean, and to your point, you know, as far as a coach's approach compared to the average fan, obviously, you know, a coach's ass is on the line every week, so a coach got to approach it different from the average fan. You know? Your job, when I say your ass is on the line, meaning your job, your career, whatever is on the line week to week. So obviously, you got to be a little bit more than a casual fan, you know. So I get that, but I mean, so let me ask you this, Coach. Even your coaching experience as a defensive coach, I mean, with all what you're saying being correct, and you want to see us improve and all that, and you want to see us correct certain things, shore it up. Even with that said, whether it be you, whether it be Monty Kiffin, any historically great Romello, what's the name? Used to be the defensive coordinator in Belichick's brother. Whoever you name, that's a historic defensive coordinator, as great as they are. I mean, at the end of the day, you're gonna get exploited somehow, some way at certain points. There's no such thing as perfection at the end of the day. So I feel what you're saying, but That's just like years ago, Tupac said, if Tyson don't want to get knocked out, he don't step in the ring. If you step in the ring, sometimes you might get fired on, coach. Like you might be the greatest fighter in the world, but if you keep stepping your ass through them ropes, guess what? Once in a while, you're gonna get punched in your face, no matter how great you are.
And that's
so
fair. That's fair.
The territory. Sometimes you're gonna get beat, So I don't harp on that too much. But I just wanted to, as far as the overall topic of the show, real quick, coach, I just wanted to tell you overall, aside from that play breakdown or whatever, I feel like overall our defense is gonna be better. This is my humble opinion. I know you mentioned Bain. Obviously, Bain and Mesidor stick out. They gone. I feel like the two inside defensive tackles take a leap this year and become super elite, similar to the way them boys was on the edge last year. And then we've had shows where we talked about all the various defensive ends we got that we feel like will play this year. So I think we'll be fine. I think the secondary has a chance overall with the depth that it has to be as good or even better than last year's secondary. I know that sounds crazy, but that's just my opinion. I think between Torrey and Chase, I think we're better and deeper team, man. I could be proven to be wrong. I think we're better and deeper team, but I get it. You got to raise questions and, before the season and everything, but we'll see. I think we'll have a better team, though.
If we could just get past the cornerback, if we can get past the cornerback injury bug, and can I say this too about the Miami Hurricanes? Of course, you're going to always have injuries on every team, but we haven't had the injury bug that we've had over the past couple years that we formerly used to have. Like, remember, we used to have guys be gone for the whole season, bro. You're like, God dang, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so we're pretty healthy. Guys may be dinged up and beat up long season, for the most part. Like I said, they've done a very good job. Injuries. Part of injury is luck too. Now, you got 300-pound bodies falling.
Before I don't want to take up too much time. I know it's other people waiting and stuff, man. But
okay.
Also to the defensive point, I think as long as we keep recruiting the level and the quality of D linemen that we've been recruiting over the last few years, I think we'll be okay. Because to your point, you know what I'm saying? I think Corey. I don't think he wants to overcomplicate things, man. At the end of the day, he takes his chances because he feels like we execute at such a high level that, we'll make up for certain things based on our level of execution. And also, like you was talking about the advantages and how complex these offenses are and talented offensive players and receivers. All that's true. But on the flip side of that, defensively, and you mentioned how you can't change unless they change the amount of people on the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things on offense that people are doing that's tough. But the one thing offenses could never change in football, I don't care if it's the year 3000. No matter who you can have Randy Moss or whoever, whatever your dream team skill guys are, you can't change the fact that if a D-line could whoop an O-line, it makes all that null and void. That will never change in football. As long as the ball's behind the center, if your D lineman can whoop them dudes up front, no matter how smart an offensive coordinator is, how fast a receiver is, how multiple all these skill guys you got, you cannot change the fact that if a D line whoops an O line consistently, 9 times out of 10, you will win that football game.
That's true.
That's why the 18-0 Patriots lost to the New York Giants twice. Because Michael Strahan and Umanura and all them dudes consistently beat them 5 linemen on the line of scrimmage. It didn't matter about Randy Moss and Tom, but none of that mattered, bro. At the end of the day, if you whoop them linemen on the line of scrimmage, you will win 99 out of 100, bro. And nobody can change that. I don't care what year it is, how futuristic the world gets. As long as it's football and it's pads on, you will never change that, bro. So
that's true story.
And I think that's how our team is built. And that's what I think gives us a chance against anybody we line up against. And I think Corey knows he takes chances and there's plays we might get got, but he counts on what I just said. At the end of the day, we strip it all away. Then we're going to beat you up front on both sides of the ball.
I love it.
We're going to win the fight up front.
I love it. And I'll just say, and I'll say this. I'm a riverboat gambler. Man, I called two doggone zone blitzes in the same call and left the number one receiver outside uncovered. Because in my mind, we're gonna get to him before you could throw the ball, because I had a kid run a 4.41 coming off the edge, unblocked. And if that kid could process that the outside number one receiver was free before he getting that sweet chin music, then you got me. What I'm saying is I don't never have a problem with a riverboat gambler. What I was saying was a lot of it is pre-snap for me, is the look of it prior to the snap of it. See, like, for example, we can play man and not always look like you in man. We can play cover 3, look like you in man, and bail out. Give it a different look so the quarterback has some confusion. That's how you get guys thinking, for example, right? Here's a perfect example. Let's go back to Indiana, and then I'm going to get to Cali Mike. If you played off, they ran the hitch. Fair? Am I right?
That's a fact.
If I pressed, then what did they run?
The exact opposite.
Exactly. So what happens if I press him and bail on the snap? Now the confusion is on who?
Right.
Or if I play at 10, right? And I fire forward in this cloud coverage and he runs the hitch, I definitely can pick it, intercept it, so forth, and not worry about getting beat deep because I got a safety help over the top. I'm just simply more talking about the disguise of our look more than I am saying what we play. Like I said, I'm not mad about the plays, right? You never hear me talking. I'm talking about the look. And the pre-snap is so key. And I did the same thing with our offense. I feel personally that I think Shannon Dawson, me personally, should implement more motion. When Malachi Tony got there, now we see Malachi motion a lot. That's it. We don't see a shift change. We don't see formation change where they got to look. Because you see that happens 2 or 3 times a game where a shift or some kind of motion happens and you see the defense get caught napping. It happens to us all the time because every time they motion, Wesley Saint turn around like this. He always turning around. Am I right or wrong? Every time they motion, Wesley Saint gonna turn around and look at the safety. Look at the goddamn ball. How many times when Florida, not last year, ran up the sideline? Remember that game? Wesley Saint turned around. No, I'm just talking about Wesley Saint turned around, signaling to the safeties. Again, this is not I'm saying what motion does to defenses. I'm only using Miami because it's a Miami night. But I can go look at motion and formation is critical and can hurt a defense at every turn. If you watch them good, bad, ugly, you heard me say that 1,001 times. So I'm saying I wish we would do more of it to create that confusion and mismatch. And we get guys open streaking down the field. That's all.
That's fair. No argument, Coach. No argument with that, man. No, Canes to the natty, though, at the end of the day, all this being said.
I like it.
Canes to the natty.
I like it. I'm still looking for a Notre Dame fan. I'm still looking for a Notre Dame fan to come up here and get some of this smoke.
They don't want none.
They don't want none of it, man. I'm still looking for a Notre Dame, whatever, to come get some of this work. Because I definitely
don't even entertain that Bama talk no more, coaches.
Man, I done had all type of stuff. Hey, can I give y'all some love though? Shout out to Kangaroo Black. Kangaroo Black. Guess what? I get a phone call. What's the day? Monday, Sunday, I believe. I get a phone call from Trevor. Remember Trevor from Interstate Sports? He used to sponsor the show. He got the sports store. Guess who's in the sports store? Kangaroo Black was in the sports store in Savannah, man. So shout out to Kangaroo Black. They sent me a picture of it. They sent me a picture, man, in the store. He throwing up the U in the store because, that's what we do. We convert people, man, and then kick them out. But anyway, Yeah, man. Let me get on here. I got
Everybody
Cali
loves
Mike
a
on the
winner.
line. Huh?
Everybody loves a winner, Coach. Everybody loves a winner, baby.
Everybody loves a winner, baby. All right, so
All right, Coach.
much love, bro.
Yes.
Yes, sir. All right, Cali Mike, I'm coming to you next. I just want to, I do want to do this right quick before I bring Cali Mike. Maybe I can entice some of these bums. Maybe I can entice some of these bums to show up. Can I just say this? For all you Notre Dame fans, can you tighten up on your coach, man? I'm just asking. Can you tighten up? Can you tighten up on your coach? That's all I want to know. What is this guy doing? Listen to this conversation. That boy got that Beijing on here, man. Look at this man, dog. That boy headline saying 1, 2, way back. Watch this. Did you hear him dry snitch on Mike Tomlin? Mike T put it out to the world, man. Oh, it's on mute. Oh, God. My bad, y'all. I jacked that up. Let me do this. I jacked it up. My bad. Listen to this fool.
I got to ask about the hair. It has its own story.
No, you can put a little magic in there to keep the line sharp. Like, come on, man. Hey, Mike T, he's the one that put it on in the world. But hey, you start thinning out in the corners. You gotta make sure your corners are straight. You put a little enhancement in there. Hey, listen, now, man,
if I ever saw
Marcus, I got to ask.
If I ever saw Mario Cristobal, bro, I got to put some enhancements, my man.
About the hair. It has its own story.
No, you can put a
Listen to this dude start talking about the rain.
little magic in there to keep the line sharp. Like, come on, man. Hey, Mike T, he's the one that put it on in the world.
Snitching.
But hey, you start thinning out in the corners. You gotta make sure your corners are straight. You put a little enhancement in there. Hey, listen, now, hey, you see, there's rain in the forecast now. I'm gonna put a hat on. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you gotta be proactive. Don't be reactive. Be proactive. Don't wait till the cam start saying something about something dripping. Be proactive.
Shout out to Not Just Football podcast with Cam Hayward. Thank you, man. Hope you don't copyright me. Anyway, that boy said it start raining. I'm gonna put a hat on. I wish James Franklin would have whooped your behind, man. Anyway, Cali Mike, talk to me, man. What's up, brother?
What up, Coach?
I'm good, man. You old dry snitching old
man. Couple things. Oh man, I can't stand that fool. I used to think he was good. I used to vouch for that fool, but when that fool didn't come down there and play in that Pop-Tart Bowl, talking about all that foolishness because they ain't make the playoffs, he lost me. Hey, sucker coach. Man, what coach? You're a coach. Would you ever not want to play a game when your seniors, some of these kids, most of these kids ain't going pro?
Yeah,
you're going to just give them, you're going to quit their last game, man?
Right.
You don't give them their last game at Notre Dame? Man, he lost me with that.
Take your ball and
between
go home. Because you got screwed over. Because you felt like you got screwed over.
You
gonna take your.
You lost.
No, I'm saying you felt like you. I know, but you felt like you got screwed over.
Come on back, man.
Yeah, you're right.
But as a coach, do you ever feel like when you lost fans, then you turn around, the only two ranked teams you played, you lost to. Is you sitting up there crying, talking about we ain't in the playoffs and we playing better than the team that beat us in the first game? Look at they lost twice in the middle of the season. Y'all got identical records. Is you doing what he did?
No, we're gonna play. And the reason we're playing, to your point, is some kids' last opportunity ever putting on a helmet and shoulder pads. It's some seniors that you may have a guy that's ready to go to the draft and you could come in. I'm not even talking about you getting some film to go to the league, but you may not have been a guy that played a lot. You go to a bowl game and you could get some significant playing time. You've been on the team 4 years, 5 years, whatever. And this could have been your opportunity. This could be your Rudy moment. This is a perfect example. This could be your opportunity to really play. And because you butt hurt because your Beijing ran in your eye, you take my opportunity away. Come on, man. Come on.
But Coach, he said they the players voted on. And if you got a team that voted not to play, I don't want them cats on my team.
But guess what? You shouldn't even have put it to a vote.
Player, exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
Between Notre Dame and financially strapped university, FSU, between them two schools, I hate them schools, man.
Jason, I owe you,
that
boy.
13 and then they say it again, Coach.
No, I was just telling Hall of Fame. I was telling Jason I owe him. I saw your text, dog. I missed it, man. We gotta catch up. But matter of fact, he said y'all acting like he made that choice. I'm the head coach.
Man, he the head coach.
And look here.
What you mean, did he, man? I hate excuses, man. Don't give me. I don't want my coach making no excuses, man. We playing, period. And if you ain't with it, get off the team. You see Mario, do you think Mario Cristobal is going to sit there and say, they beat us the first game. We playing better than them now. We deserve to be in the playoffs, man. Mm-hmm. I hate excuses, Coach. And like I said, between Notre Dame and financially strapped you, man, come on, man. Cut it
financially strapped you.
Back to your subject. This is what I wanted to ask you, okay? Now, I'm a historian with these Canes.
Talk to me.
Now, when Miami was at our best, we was just so dominant in the middle, like on defense, the D tackles. Mm-hmm. We coming around now with these ends. We starting to get better on the ends, a lot better. But we was great back in the Jerome Brown, Cortez Kennedy, Russell Maryland. We put so much pressure up that middle, and that quarterback, he can't step into his throw or then these boys, now this is what gonna make this defense better this year is because one, you're gonna have a lot more pressure up that middle. And this year, if people don't realize, last year we was playing with only one guy was even on the team that started in the secondary. O.J. Federico was the only one. Lucas was new. Thomas was new. Scott was new. Them boys had never played together before last year. So that's what the deal was. I saw him out of place a few times too, but Miami got a lot of pressure up them edges, which is cool, but I prefer to pressure up the middle to free up them ends because if you got more pressure coming up that middle and that quarterback can't step up, that's a whole nother issue. Are they beating them guys off the snap up front? My man Shaka was saying, but it's so more impactful when it's coming up that middle. When that pressure coming up that middle, man, you watch how them quarterbacks react. Because in their face like that, and Coach, like I said, you're going to have Federico, third-year starter. You got Lucas. He'll be his second year back. And you got Fitzgerald, who you was mentioning. He'll be back for his second year. Them boys, I think the secondary, and that boy, that thumper is serious. That boy, Thornton, he'll hit you.
Oh, Thornton, yeah, Omar Thornton. Mm-hmm. Well, listen, I'm excited for it. Like I said, I'm just pointing out what
I'm going to ask you this.
Now, I look at it.
You mentioned the Mississippi game, right?
Uh-huh.
How different is we dropped 5 interceptions in that game? How different is that game we catch 3 of them?
No, very different. But that still doesn't stop. Listen, because I want to be clear. Because I think people hear things, and I'm not accusing you of this. I agree with you. But what I'm saying is we still have to stop the things that they did repeatedly to hurt us, right? Meaning the flood concept. Mm-hmm. They ran it 3-4 times. We never adjusted to it. I get the 5 interceptions. I get that. But what I'm saying is, that's coaching, right? Yeah. Okay, the kid dropped the ball. I want him to catch it 1,000%. I'm with you. I totally understand that. But when I'm looking at coaching I'm shocked that Indiana didn't really, they didn't really flood us too much. They used a whole different thing. But I'm saying that's a cover 3 beater because all you're doing flood is all it is levels to the sideline, right? Short, medium, long. That's it. Short, medium, long. And in cover 3, you don't have a medium, right? You don't have a medium.
What I want to know, this is the only question. This is what I want to know, Coach, too. The talent that Miami got, first and second string on the defensive side of the ball and pretty much on the opposite side of the ball, that's why they don't press man more. Man, all that heat you getting up front.
Bro, they press man all the time.
They drop back.
Oh, no. No, sir.
Man, but no, man, sometimes they be dropping back. But, Coach, they got too much talent. Miami win a lot of these games, too. Miami just out-talent people. And it's a few schools like that. Not just Miami, but it's in college ball, majority of the time, you see, about 10 teams that are just way more talented than the other teams. It's not like they playing Stanford, okay? I don't really feel like nothing. Stanford coach, he can call the perfect game. He getting his ass whooped. Because the talent level is too different.
Of course.
And you know that sometimes you face a team, coach, they got too much talent for you.
No, I get
when
it.
Alabama was 20, what year was that when Alabama had Ruggs and all them? I think it was 20. Man, you wasn't beating them. I don't give a damn what coach you were. They just had too much talent.
1,000%. That's why I said when you get to the playoffs, the area for margin is so much smaller, right? Where talent meets talent at this point. And so that's what I'm saying to you guys is, yes, you're right. But you still have to coach the talent, right? You still got to be able to say, all right, these are the concepts they like to run. This is how we do it. I'll just tell you this quickly, and I've said it before. Chris Kane, I see you back there. I used to tell my players, there's a weakness in every defense, and I made sure I explained what that weakness was, right? If people run hitches on us in cover 3, they're going to catch it, but we're going to punish them for that catch. I need everybody trying to tear a hamstring to get to that dude. Because I never wanted my corner to feel like he had to make the interception or the PBU, right? I didn't want him to not be contested, but I didn't want him to do that. And I told him, if I want to stop the hitch, then we'll change the coverage. We'll go cover 2. But I wanted them to understand the weakness to it. Now, once you understand the weakness, you can defend it better. Then I used to tell my safeties in cover 2, you get 2 verticals, one up the hat, one on the train tracks. And this high school now. You get one about 2 yards inside the train tracks. It come train track, but the hash, and one up the outside the numbers. You screwed. You get as deep as possible and you tackle. Don't pick one because you'll never recover. If you go left, you're gonna throw right. If you go right, you're gonna go left. If you guess, you better be right, dog. If I want to stop the 2 verticals,
I get that too, Coach.
If I want to stop the 2 verticals, then I can run quarters to that side. So let me be the guy holding remote control, and you be the one that the remote control is playing. But I just want to put that out there. But go ahead, talk to me.
Yeah, but but now as a coach, when the quarterback getting let's say 3 seconds to throw the ball, 3.5, 4 seconds, and you got talented corners, you got better than average corners, and that pressure coming up that middle. A lot of guys don't throw good off the run. Once their feet start moving, it changed a lot of different things. Now for Cat to sit in the pocket, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I just think when it depends on the heat and how because the Mississippi quarterback, he was mobile. I don't think we got to him but one time. I think we made him ground the ball once or something to that, but how many teams, even like if we talk about the playoffs, Ohio State, talented as hell, 4 first-round picks. We dominated them because we controlled the line of scrimmage, and and like Shock said, that's all that the X's and O's great. But give me the Jimmys and Joes and let me control the line. How many times out of 10 you think I'm gonna beat you? I don't care what the scheme is. If I'm controlling the line and I just got great corners, you think I'm gonna beat you more than not?
Yeah, but this is what you have to understand about defense, bro. And I tell people this all the time, Mike.
Okay.
You're right. But let me ask you this. If the defense is right 5 times, you know what that means? If they
wrong
run
5 times.
No. If they I'm sorry. If the defense, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. You're right. If the offense is right 5 times out of 60 plays.
Okay.
60 plays. Let's just say take the average of 60 plays. 5 times.
Okay.
They're right. That's 35 points. Right? See, I
they
get
what score on it though, Coach.
That's what I'm talking.
May get ran down.
That's what
he might not score though.
Mike, that's what I'm talking about.
He may get off of
Mike,
if he's right on the 20-yard line, right? And he get 40 yards and I knock him down, and then we stop him. You looking at a whole game, Coach. Though.
No, you missing my point.
I'll give you 5 plays.
But you're missing my point.
No. I got you. I got what you're saying. I'm just saying that how many plays? Okay, let me ask you this. How many plays do you think, on the average, a defense is wrong on a play on the average per game? Let's take Miami. How many? Because you watch film out of
quite a bit.
The total numbers of plays
on 60 plays.
And what? So why they give up so few points?
No, because you're missing. Because you're actually missing what I'm trying to say. What I am saying to you is
okay.
When you look at plays, I hear you. But if you notice, you could press coverage all you want. You got Ruben Bain and all them guys coming. I get that. But here's the problem. These receivers are so good. You can see these cats getting away on mesh concepts and everything else. We play a lot of man.
Okay.
See, it ain't just running vertically down the field. They know you in man. We're going to do man beaters. If you're in cover 3, we're going to run cover 3 beaters. If you're in cover 2, we're going to run cover 2 beaters. You can listen to some of these NFL receivers and DBs talk, like on these podcasts now, and you hear them, especially these quarterbacks. They be like, man, the dude came out too high, man. I saw him. He was on the hash, right? And I see him leaning, trying to get off. I knew it was in cover 2. I knew we could hit the seam up the middle. All this is pre-snap talk. All that is pre-snap talk. So what I'm telling you is, yes, we can go out there and play man. We could get in their face and press. You're right. But eventually, guess what? They're going to start running switch concepts. Your defensive guy, Ruben Bain, ain't going to make it every time, right?
Nope.
That's football, right? You're just not going to do it every time. That's cool.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean he doesn't have an impact. You got to play within the concept, and you got to understand that, yeah, we may have better talent, but I'm going to give you a perfect example. And I hate to be this guy, but we had better talent across the board than Indiana did.
We did. But you know what the difference was? Well, this is my retort to that. Indiana was a team that averaged 24.6 years per man.
I don't care about that.
They have been playing together for years.
It doesn't matter.
They've been playing together
if
for
we're
years,
better talent, no, it doesn't
and
matter.
They didn't make mistakes.
It doesn't. Yes, it did make mistakes.
Coach,
y'all hate y'all say that.
You don't think
Callie,
that
do that
age? That's why they're trying to cut these rules down. Because you don't think that age and playing together for a long time make a difference, Coach?
If you got better,
been together, them boys came from James Madison.
Man, stop, man. Dog, y'all be listening to these talking points.
Come on, Coach. I think Indiana's a once in a lifetime. I don't think you ever going to. Coach, well, let me ask you this. Maybe this is how many times? Why do you think they want to stop people from playing 24, 25, 26
I
years?
get all
Why
that.
They want to stop that?
I get all that. But did you or did you not say we had better talent?
We did, but kids playing against grown men is different, Coach.
Come on, man.
I think the average age for Miami last year, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, I looked it up, I think it was 19.8 years. Indiana was 24.6.
Okay.
That don't make a difference, Coach.
I don't care.
5 years, basically.
So what? Were we better than them? Now we in college football.
They beat us on.
Mike, we in college football, and now we crying about who they are older. Hell, we got two of the oldest
down
down
about it, Coach. But I'm just saying, even now we're trying to change the rules so them old cats don't play, Coach. They doing that for a reason.
All right. So with that being said,
I disagree with you wholeheartedly there.
No. So with that being said, then Chase Smith and Muhammad Toure don't need to play this season. Let's go with Cam Pruitt and them, because between both of them, they got 13 years experience.
They just been. It's the last year of this. What I'm saying, but
don't
Coach, what I'm saying to you, you got a whole team.
So
I'm talking about the whole. You talking about two players. I'm saying if your team, your starting offensive line, you out of 22 starters, you got 25. I mean, you got 22 25-year-olds. I got 15, 19-year-olds. Even though I'm more talented than you, who winning that game most of the time? The 25-year-old or 19-year-old. They good. I ain't saying they may not be as talented as you, but they dang good too.
Sir,
come on, Coach.
Now you know
grown men.
No.
No.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Them 25-year-olds you talking about, how many of them went to the league? I'm saying they so good.
Handful of them. Let me see. Pons did. Fernando did.
You got Boykin.
I don't know how many. I don't know off the top of my head, Coach.
Hold on. I'm trying to look to see.
I know some of them went.
You got a safety, another safety, a running back, a wide receiver,
quarterback.
Hold
You're
up.
getting to be kind of a lot now, Coach. You start to step up.
That's it. And the quarterback. Is this the long snapper?
Yeah, Coach,
the long snapper?
No. I ain't talking. Yeah, but Coach, what I'm saying to you is that make a difference. You got kids who, Miami had, how many first-year starters Miami had?
Oh, my God. I don't care, dog. We got there.
You had a bunch of first-year starters. We got there. That's what I'm saying. That was the talent issue part of it. We were a very talented team. But, Coach, you got a team that's experienced and been playing together. I guarantee you, if you look up teams with the least amount of penalties for the year, I guarantee you end down on top. And it's a reason for that.
Okay.
They didn't make mistakes. These teams are very disciplined and they play together well. They was much older and more experienced. And we still should have won, even with that.
Thank you.
But that's what got
Thank
people.
You.
Cole, how many teams you see in college football, and you watch a lot of college football, how many teams 16-0 and dominated like they did? Go back and look at how they dominated this last year. They dominated.
Because I thought they were coached. They were coached extremely because they were coached extremely well.
Not only that, Coach, they had played together a long time. That matter too. You got a team that's been playing together for a long time, coached very well. The results gonna be there, Coach. It's just what it is. You think that don't matter how long they played together?
Nobody cares.
No, they weren't as talented as we were.
Bro.
You don't think that make a difference? It's in college sports. A team that's average age 25 years old, been playing together 3-4 years. You don't think that matter?
It does. Who was better? Who had more talent? Who had more talent?
Miami was more talented.
Exactly.
Miami was more talented.
By far.
They were better. But that don't make you a better. But talent don't all. When it's close, it come down to intangibles, and that's what came down. Because your biggest, you was hollering about how that dude was jogging all the time. Then he blocked the punt. That's experience too. Them cats, they did their thing. Now I'm not taking nothing from my Canes, because my Canes, like I said, I want to see Indiana this year. I guarantee it ain't the same.
Oh my God, bro.
But that experience make a difference too, Coach. You like our secondary this year. Everybody talking about Bain and y'all Bain and Mesidor left. Okay, you got what? How many secondary? 3 out of 4 starters back this year. Last year you had 3 new starters. You got 2 linebackers that's been on the team 4-5 years or more. Well, Torrey, this is 2nd year in Miami, but Chase Smith been there 5-6 years. Moulton been there 4-5 years.
Thank you.
Scott, this is 3rd year. I'm guarantee you that defense is going to be better this year than they was last year without Bain and Mesidor.
Okay, fine. Here's my thing. But here's what I'll say. Mike, here's what I'm going to tell you. I like all that. The one-on-one, right? Forget how old everybody is. Who you think in Indiana hurt us the most? When we play Indiana, the receiver, number 80, Becker, the big tall dude.
I think Fernando Mendoza hurt us the most.
Well, he had to throw it to somebody, and they made some phenomenal catches.
But his play, but coach, he went to the right man, quarterback. And you've been coaching. How many times you seen quarterback throw to the wrong play, go to the wrong spot?
Yeah,
he didn't do that, coach.
But they also made
where to go.
But the two receivers, the two receivers that you're talking about, Omar Cooper, 22,
first round pick,
22,
first round pick, wasn't it?
22, right? And the other kid, he's still in Indiana, Becker.
Yep.
All I'm trying to tell you is, at the end of
Becker
the day,
was there.
Yeah, but all I'm gonna tell you is, Mike, I don't care. I'm just saying like this. I don't care how old somebody is. We had more talent. What happened is, at the end of the day, that became an out coaching thing. It didn't become an out, he's stronger than me. It didn't become an out, none of that. It became a, guess what? They just out coached us because they judoed us. They used our strength against us. They used our athleticism and they said, oh, we're going to make you pay. Y'all want to play off? We're going to throw it short. You want to play up? We're going to back shoulder throw it.
So let me ask you this. So Stanford, same Stanford team right now, give them superior coaching. They beating the Hurricanes.
Say again?
Stanford on September the 4th, when we play Stanford.
Uh-huh.
Give them the better coach. They beating Miami.
No, because I always say it's players first, not coaches. I always say that. It's always players first. I'm always going to say that. Players first. Now, once the talent start to balance out, then some coaching comes involved, and that's what happened to us in the Natty. Offensively, we didn't exploit what they were giving us. That's on us. That didn't mean we didn't have the better players. Every time we ran the ball outside, big game. We stopped doing it. The players do what the coaches tell you to do. Right?
Okay. And coach, with all that being said, right? With 40 seconds left, you on the 40-yard line going in down by 6.
Okay, and
so why was it okay if the talent balanced out and the coaching was there, they had the better coaches, why did it come down to the interception?
Because the kid made a bad
throw. He don't throw that pick. If what I'm saying, the player made a bad, Beck went to the wrong play. Tony open on the ball.
Okay, that's great.
Same play.
He made his decision. Yeah, y'all see that now. He made his decision. He just threw an errant ball. If he lay it out there, worst case scenario is incomplete.
Do he have the arm to throw that ball though, like that?
I proved it.
Knowing his situation, what we know about Carson Beck.
I proved
that
it.
Was
yes.
You think that was just a bad throw?
It was a bad throw. I proved it. I proved it on this channel.
Tony. You watched the game. You wouldn't have went to Tony.
Sir,
if you reading that, you standing back there.
See,
and you looking downfield. You wouldn't have went to that read there. I think just made a bad read.
No, because what I don't like that's happening right now. This is the true definition of Monday morning quarterbacking. Okay. You're telling me after you looking at
I'm just hypothetically
I know,
asking.
But not even that. You're also looking.
Do you think he made a bad read?
No, because it's a shot.
Do you think he made a bad read?
No. I mean, he made a bad throw. I'm not mad at the read. He made a bad throw. He underthrew it by 10 yards, by 5-10 yards. He underthrew it. It ain't like somebody came in and knocked it over the top. He underthrew the ball so bad.
He did.
So it wasn't a bad it's a first down play. It's a shot play because they're not expecting it. That's the chess match, right? We got time. Our defense is playing good. We don't think Indiana can get it down the field fast enough. So take the shot. Worst case scenario, pass interference, a free 15 yards. See, all of that was going through their mind. He made a bad throw. If you put it up there, they fight for it. You know they're so quick to call.
Shot play.
It's a shot play. He threw the ball out there. He lobbed it out there instead of throwing it out there. Right?
Okay.
Put it out there. Either he catch it or he doesn't. PI, let him jump for it and fight for it. You even saw the kid didn't even see the ball. It was so short.
Okay. I agree with that. He didn't see it, but I was looking at just the play. I thought that he made a bad throw only because actually, like I said, I thought it was a bad read. I just thought I was looking at the play. If you watch that play, Tony wide open.
Yeah, because you're looking from the blip camp. Yeah, but that's not fair.
No, I'm saying when he ran the play, Coach, if you look at
you ain't see that right away.
You didn't see how open that man was.
No, sir, you didn't see that right away. You saw that. Listen, you saw
Come
that.
on, Coach.
No, you see that. You see that on what you call it. You see.
I ain't watched the game over, Coach. I have not watched the game over.
No, on the replay.
I have not.
On the replay, you can see it on the replay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Coach, like I said, I still say, Coach, in college football, coaching the players, it just depends on how talented you are. And in the playoffs, you are 100% correct. Now, when it's the team, as closer the teams get, coaching matter. But I don't know. Like I said, I still say that Ohio State got a terrific coach. He there every year. His record is something ridiculous, and we mollywopped them because of the players. It was just even though they had all the talent.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching didn't win us that game, Coach. Like you said, the key play, Keontae Scott, that was a play. That was a player's play.
Listen, I'm gonna do this for you right quick, so you don't call on the line.
Ran up and down the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this for you because you don't only call on the line. I'm gonna play this video for you. I know you probably can't see it. You might have a delay. I'm not sure if you're watching it. This is the breakdown I did right here.
No,
this play.
Can't see it,
okay, well, here's the breakdown I did of this right here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take myself off the screen and play the whole thing. I'm gonna stay right here. Anyway, now I'm gonna take myself off the screen. How do I do that? Let me go. Let's do it like this. All right, here we go. Listen, this is a breakdown. Think about this, Mark. We had the hour and 38-minute mark. So when you want to go back and watch it, you can. This was on. I put this up on Twitter to show you something. Watch this. All right, really quick. I posted a clip in the good, bad, and ugly of Carson Beck on his last throw and the interception. And people were talking about, it was the other hash, and this was too far, and Tua threw a ball just like it, but he was on this on the near hash, and yada, all that good stuff. Well, I found a clip that's almost exactly the same distance, the same everything, but just a couple of things different. Y'all check this out right quick. If you take a look at this right now, take a look at this. Right now, Carson Beck is on the 50-yard line. This is the game against Louisville, and here he's on about the 46-yard line, okay? If you take a look at it, when this ball is thrown, okay, when this ball is thrown, you're going to see right here, Carson Beck is right here on the minus 47, meaning he's on the 47-yard line, other side of the 50. Here, he's on the plus 49. He's on this side of the 50, all right? This was important, 4-yard difference. Same hash, same everything. But watch the difference in the throw. This ball is intercepted right here at the 15-yard line, okay? You're going to see up here, Malachi Tony's going to catch this ball at the 10. He catches the ball at the 10-yard line. Now, let's quickly go back so you guys can see. I want y'all to understand that Carson Beck can make this throw. This was the shorter throw to the 15. This was all the way down to the 10-yard line, and he's 4 yards back. He's got plenty of arm to do it, and even the ball up here was underthrown. Even if you look at it, Malachi Tony has to slow down to catch this ball. He's got plenty of arm, plenty of space to throw this ball out here. So it goes to show you clearly that Carson Beck could throw this ball. He just underthrew it. Poorly thrown ball, bad decision. If he airs this ball out, which he's 4 yards closer, he could have simply put this ball at least to the 5-yard line with that same type of throw he threw to Malachi Tony. Just want to clear that up. A lot of people talking about, Coach, you don't know what a hypotenuse is. Man, I teach math. Cut it out. But anyway, I'm just saying, That throw could have been made. He had to
well, let
step
me
into it and let it go. This was for the national championship. Y'all go check out Coach Hayes Football and appreciate all the love on Twitter. Over 100,000 views on that original video, man. All right, Mike. Let's say what now?
Wasn't that when he tried to make that throw there? Didn't he take a big hit like a play before that?
Mike,
I can't remember. I don't think this is my point.
I'm not doing that, Mike. I'm not doing that.
I don't think Carson Beck can make that throw consistently. A quarterback can make those, and sometimes he can't come back and throw that same ball, Coach. I just don't think Carson Beck, that ball, I know what you're talking about, but I don't think he can consistently stand on that 47-yard line and hit somebody on the 10-yard. I don't think he can consistently do that.
I know.
You
want to know why? You want to know why I know that? This is back to coaching. I did a video on Carson Beck highlight lowlights, and I brought this up. All of his throws have been underthrown. Even the one he hit Malachi Tony on, he had to slow down to catch the ball. He always underthrows his deep ball. I think he may have thrown one or two that was in stride this season. All I'm telling you is, again, I'm with you. I just don't like the excuses. Of, he got hit. Yeah, man, this man want to make millions. He getting paid millions. Take a deep breath, tighten up, and throw the doggone ball out there, man.
Coach, you're a coach, so I mean, you're gonna see things that, like you said, most fans that watch football don't see, and you study it over and over. I have not watched that Indiana game since that night. Okay, now I've watched the Mississippi game a few times, and I watched the Texas A&M game, and I watched the Ohio State game too. I watched them all except for that one. Okay, but my thing is football is so weird in the sense that Ohio State, good coaching. You know, like I said, the man you ain't winning 12 games a year on average, and you're not a good coach. You're not doing that. The man got a championship. The man done all that.
Okay.
But how did we dominate them like that, Coach? That's my question to you. How did we, Miami Hurricanes, dominate a talented team with a good coach?
Because we made some plays. We made some
loaded with talent.
Bro, we made some plays. It's the same way you can say, how do we lose to SMU in Louisville? How? You can ask the same question. It's
Carson
football.
Beck, Louisville, Carson Beck. Now, SMU is a few plays here, a few plays there.
And guess what? Indiana then, what you want to say, Carson Beck too?
Louisville was Carson Beck loss.
Yeah, okay. Everybody want to blame him at the end, and I get it. You get paid the big buck. But Mike,
man, threw more picks. Man, come on, Coach.
Okay. Well, guess what?
Now, he had his moments, but that was not one of them.
So guess what? Do you blame the kid or do you blame the controller? Take it out of his hands then.
Depend, Coach. It would depend, Coach. Like that's hard. That's a fine line because, like when I asked you about the interceptions at Mississippi, if I put you in the right place and you just drop the ball, if I coach you to be in the right spot to make the pick, and you there, but you dropping the ball, and you drop 5 interceptions, Coach, it don't look the same. But if you catch a few of them, how my coaching look, if you just catch a few of them balls, and them balls was hitting them in the hands and in the chest.
It's football,
the ball
bro.
Beating them up.
It's football.
All I'm saying to you is if I coach the same game, he coached the same exact game, and they pick all 5 of them balls, you ain't scored. You blowed out.
You exactly right.
Because 2 of them was pick sixes.
They didn't.
But the coaching was there. The coach put him in the right place.
But guess what?
He had you right where you need to be.
It's football. Keontae Scott changes the whole momentum with the pick 6, and he ain't dropped that one. But in Mississippi State, he dropped one. Yeah, it's football, bro. It's nothing's going to be perfect.
Yeah, but Coach, too, let me answer this for me then. Okay, when you break down tape and you're looking at how teams score and what plays they scored on, do you take into how things change the momentum of the game? Like when Miami, go back to the Miami Ohio State game. That game was bigger blowout than it. okay, we first drive, we get the ball. We go down to, I think it was the 19, 20-yard line. Fletcher fumble.
There you go.
Coach,
Look at that. Fletcher fumble. It's football.
You know what I'm saying, Coach? That game wasn't as close as it. That game wasn't. 2 games, Ohio State and Mississippi, should not have been. The Ohio State game wasn't that close. I mean, but
so hold on. I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. Hold on. Can I tell you something that's funny? You only using it when it helps Miami, because you said, Anonymous, I'm coming.
No, I'm just saying.
No. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out.
Team dropped 5 interceptions.
I know, but hear me out. You said Fletcher fumbled the ball. If he didn't fumble that ball, it'd been a blowout. But guess what? We beat Ohio State 24-14. If Keontae Scott don't intercept the ball, guess what it is? 17-14. It's a total different game. It's football.
That's what I'm saying. So momentum changed.
Exactly.
So
what are you talking about?
Yeah, but I'm saying momentum is it the plays that they don't make, or is it the coaching, or what determines that?
I don't have an answer. It's the feel of the game. That's why I keep saying a play caller is different than a defensive coordinator. A defensive coordinator can be a play caller. Don't get me wrong. But there are guys that are defensive coordinators that are not great play callers, because it's a feel of the game, the momentum shift, how your guys are playing. Are they sluggish? It might be a particular call that they get fired up when they hear this call. The whole defense get fired up. Because you've always heard players, man, what the hell coach calling, man? That job ain't working. Well, guess what? It'll work 10 games straight, and y'all want to complain. So whose fault is it then? Is it you not executing as a player, or the call ain't working? You ain't come to the sideline saying the call ain't work when you got 5 sacks off of it. See, that's being the difference between a play caller and just a guy out there. No, you got to feel this game. You get a feel. And if you look at most of the coaches that really get it, they ain't computer coaches. They don't walk around with an iPad. They ain't looking at the Surface Pro, looking at percentages. They got a gut feeling. They know when to blitz. And guess what? It's times your tendency chart tells you should blitz right here, or you shouldn't blitz. And what do? You blitz anyway, because the momentum, the feeling of the game is totally different than what a piece of paper say with some percentages on it. That's the art of coaching right there. That's the chess match. Checkers is you going to play. If I just go off my tendency sheet, and that's what I think Shannon Dawson did. He took a shot. It was a shot. The quarterback just did not execute the throw. He took a shot, because if he throws that ball out there, he catches it, right? He's a hero. The same way Carson Beck threw that ball, and my man number 7 with the one-handed catch against Notre Dame. If he don't go up there and make that acrobatic catch, that's an interception, bro. Or at least incomplete.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So it's football. Players got to make a play sometime. I guarantee, I've been around football so long, I've never seen a wide receiver coach practice that throw where you dive on your back catching the ball and land on your neck. I've never seen a wide receiver coach or offensive coordinator say, we're going to practice the one-handed land on your neck catch today.
No, but Coach, I mean, situations, it was just a reflex. It was a good play by
No,
Daniels,
you listen to my point. My point is players make players move.
Yeah, but
that's all I'm saying. So that's not coaching. That play was made by a player. And if he would have dropped it, we would have said, man, excellent try, bro. Holy smokes.
They're good, yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, Coach, what's tripping me out is all these people. Like I said, if you go back through the Hurricane history, I would tell you that 1986 was one of our most talented teams. Probably outside of the 01 team, we came right back. And I think I told you this earlier in the year. I told you that 26 was like 86. We got right there. We lost to Penn State.
Right.
Bennett threw 5 people. Came back with Steve Walsh. A lot of cats left. We lost Jerome Brown. A bunch of guys left off the team.
Yeah.
Benny. We lost a lot. But we had the experience from the other kids coming back We went undefeated in 87. Came back in 88. We lost with Notre Dame cheated us. The rep when Cleveland Gary scored, called it a fumble.
I got you.
89 came back and won championship again. But I say all that to say that the next year, the experience factor, even though you lose stars, the experience factor from those kids that's left back and the new talent mesh with that, that's what make them teams better. 87 came out and won it all.
Good.
And 27 going to do the same. Everybody pushing.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do without Bain and Mazador. This ain't the first time we lost 2 first-round picks on defense. It's not the first time. And we came back and won the championship the next year.
I get it. Yeah. No,
without them same players.
To your point, you're 100% right. Man, listen, I got to run. We got more callers on the line. Mike, I appreciate you, baby.
Go ahead, Coach.
As always, man.
All right, good job, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Yes. Good night.
All right, brother. Shout out to Cali, Mike. Anonymous, then I got 6951. They'll be the last 2
The
callers. The
conference has been locked.
So if you fall off, guys, you're going to be out of luck because we're going to try to get in the Discord a little bit later here. Right after. Just talk some ball or just chop it up, whatever. Talk about life. Whatever. Anonymous on the line. Call or talk to us.
Yeah, Coach. What's good? What's good?
What's up, man? How we doing tonight?
Hey, what's up? It's Big Chief Nick calling from Suwanee. How you doing?
Chief Nick from Suwanee. Talk to me.
Yeah. Hey, man, I ain't going to hold you too long. I just wanted to remind you that, so we all on the same page. We was watching the same game, right?
Okay.
That, what cost Miami in that national championship was that ugly ass kick. I don't know why they call it a rugby kick. I guess you can forgive it because a lot of people ain't never watched a rugby match in their whole life. But that punter kicking that kick is what cost Miami that game. You take that kick away, that score on the block punt, Miami comes away with the win.
Sir,
so
you're right. But if I also take the quarterback run on 4th and 5, if I take away one of those 4th downs, 4th and 5, the quarterback draw, Miami wins the game because we get the ball back. I'm just saying we could do that throughout football unless it's a 7-0 football game and we want to blame that one score. So we could do that all night long. Like we could literally do this all night long. I never want to blame one particular play because here's what I'll say about that play. And I will say this even about the 01 Canes. I mean, the 02 Canes. We even with the bad call that we had, and see, this is why, Coach, some people don't like me because I'm going to keep it blood raw. Even with the bad call we had against Glenn Sharp, the Miami Hurricanes still had a chance to win the game. But you know what we did? We tried to run the ball with my man Quadron Hill right up the middle, like him, little light for a fullback, right? That wasn't the play. We still had a chance to win it. They took it, but that wasn't the last play of the game, and we didn't have a chance to recover. I'm just going to say that. Go back now. Let me go back. That field goal block was in what, the 3rd quarter?
Right.
3rd quarter. Bro, we had plenty of chances. I'm just being honest. Am I right?
You ain't gonna get no argument here, Coach. If it was a 5th, we'd all be drunk.
Because I tell you like this. They blocked that punt. I'm sorry. Let me see here. 1 yard. That was in the 3rd quarter with 5:04 left in the 3rd. So we had another 20 minutes of football left. We come right back at the beginning of the 4th and score and make it 17. They're up 17 to our 14. We're only down by 3. Well, guess what? Mendoza comes back and scores with 9:18 left in the game. He rushed for 12 yards. That made it 24-14. You talking about that? Then we come back. Carson Beck, complete pass to Malachi Tony, makes it 24-21. And then we give up. Look at this. The 34-yard field goal. I mean, the 35-yard field goal attempt is good. We could do this forever.
Forever, Coach. I mean, we could point out that if you want to call it, Indiana was a more disciplined team than Miami. Miami
No.
gave them another set of downs a couple times.
No,
When-
Indiana gave us that same thing in return on that last drive. Remember, they hit Carson Beck late. That kept the drive alive. Indiana made the same kind of mistakes we made. It was a very even game. I just think it came down to the ultimate coaching and us not exploiting what they gave us. And they took advantage of what we gave them, and we didn't take advantage of what they gave us. I think that's just point blank. They gave us the outside zone.
I think you're right.
We didn't take it. They gave us the outside zone. We didn't take it. We didn't take it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. So because when you're playing a game in the Natty, the margin of error is probably 1% or less. Like, you can't make a mistake in that kind of essence. And I think the mistakes evened out. Even though we may have given up more yards from a penalty, we had 7 penalties for 60 yards. They had 5 penalties for 38. Now the question is, when were the penalties? How big were the penalties? Look, they had 20 first downs. We had 15. They were 3-4. We were 3-for-11 on third down. They were 6-for-16. We were 1-for-1 on fourth down. They were 2-for-2 in that very last drive. They had 72 plays. We had 53. They gave up 3 sacks. We gave up 1. We punted 6. They punted 5. No fumbles lost on either side. We threw that very last interception. In time of possession, they beat us by 11 minutes.
You know, Coach, it's just curious to me, though, because, like, I don't disagree with nothing that you just said. But when it comes down to the fan base of Miami, I think they have a tendency, it's curious, they got a tendency to put so much weight on that last throw. You know, they were looking for some heroics from Carson Beck. And I think in history, you know, down the road 10 years, when we look back, people going to remember Carson Beck as a great Miami Hurricane. But, you know, he did a lot for the team, and especially in that Mississippi game. But, you know, it's curious that the fan base is so hyper fixated on that final throw, as though, you know, because like I said, everything you said is fair. But, you know, when it comes down to the analysis, very often the emphasis is always on that last throw.
Of course it is. Of course it is. If Malachi Tony would fumbled on the one, okay, I'm not going to put that on Malachi. He's still. Remember last year, not last year, but the year before, when Xavier Restrepo fumbled on the screen? It's all about who you like. Because all that Restrepo did for this team, and he fumbled at the end and gave them the ball. Right?
Right.
But that hurt.
But I don't see Miami Hurricanes still harping on Restrepo like that.
I know, because Beck is not their guy. See, you gotta remember, Beck followed the shoes of Cam Ward. Cam Ward's exciting. This guy's not exciting. Now, I don't know. I think Mensah's a mix between the two. He doesn't seem to, I don't know him, but he seems to be Cam Wardish athletically, but Carson Beck mentally. I don't want him to be a boisterous guy and in your face. And yet, I don't know. I just haven't seen. Maybe he is, but he's not an in your face, yeah guy like Cam Ward was. But he seems.
Well, I'll tell you what, he better be athletic like Cam Ward and put something up, because the numbers y'all paying him are outrageous.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just simply saying that if you're not, Carson Beck got the Tyler Van Dyke treatment, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He got the Tyler Van Dyke treatment. He came in and he got the Tyler Van Dyke treatment. Everybody was happy when he lost that Louisville game and the SMU game. They hated him.
Yeah, you know, I think that does have something to do with it, is that, like, in the losses that Miami had in the season, very often it came down to similar plays, or like an interception from Beck or something at the end of the game that maybe just heightened the fan base's like emphasis on that. You know?
Well, the win,
they ain't really looking at like.
Well,
but y'all look
at it like this, Anonymous. The win is predicated on him doing something. and it always fell in his lap. He threw the interceptions, right? The win, the interception against SMU in the end zone to Malachi Tony, right? The interception at the end of the Indiana game. It was never on the defense to win it like, all right, Indiana's on their last drive and our defense got to make a play. It never fell in their lap. It always fell on number 11 to make a play. You see what I'm saying? And to me personally, he wasn't a make-a-play guy. He was a game manager. But you notice when we put the ball in the guy's hand to make a play, i.e. Malachi Tony, Texas A&M, it's different because those are playmakers. See, we put the ball in a guy that I don't think is a playmaker to make a play to win the game. When you put the ball in Malachi Tony in the 2-point conversion, a true freshman to throw a damn 2-point conversion off the pylon on a contested throw, and he hit a dart. See, the football want to be celebrated anonymous. And when we learn, when we learn, put the ball in your play. Find a way to get the ball to your playmaker.
But you know what, Coach? I mean, truth be told, Miami not even in that game without Beck.
You're right.
So
you're right. But I'm not talking about the game. I'm talking about the play. Right? When it's time to make a play, put the ball in your playmaker's hand. Tell me, let me ask you a question. When it's time for people to make a play, don't Michael Jordan take the shot?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm going to win and lose with him, bro. Right?
Right.
Now, I can't say that about LeBron because he'll pass that thing to Ray Allen and let him win it for you, but that's another story. That's why he's not my GOAT.
I mean, if that's the case, then why did Dawson draw that play up the way he did? If that's the play, he's going to take his shot to seal the deal. Why does he have Beck? Why does he have the ball in Beck's hands?
You got to ask.
Why don't he, get Malachi Tony in there or something?
I told you it comes down to playmakers. It comes down to, I said this personally, it came down to coaching. It came down to understanding who that guy is. Because I can go back and I can pull up the tape right now and play the audio of me saying before the season started that Carson Beck underthrows the football. Carson Beck, if you go look it up, I'll put the clip on the screen. Carson Beck highlights and lowlights. This is before the season. And everything I talked about in the lowlights when I looked at his Georgia film, he did exactly that. He locks on receiver. He doesn't see the undercutting DBs and linebackers. And that's how he gets roped off. The throw to SMU, he never saw that guy undercutting Tony. He underthrows the ball like he wants to place it. Throw it out there and let the boys go pull a hamstring trying to get it. That's the difference.
Yeah, I hear you, Coach.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that video right quick. I'm getting pretty good at looking at these videos fast. Guess I should have went on my channel. But anyway, yeah, bro. I mean, that's just where I look at it. What am I showing here? Was it alive? Yes, it was.
Fair enough, Coach. Well, hey, yeah. I'm gonna get up off here, but yeah, man, I love to chop it up with you some more about it because I just, I don't think that fan base, I don't think they give Beck a fair shake, Yep. And I don't know the reason why, but I damn sure hope this new guy y'all got coming in and y'all paying top dollar for, he do it for you because, Miami playing some real top-notch football right now.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'd love to see a continuation of it,
It's funny. I made this video on May 28th of 2025. Damn, I got the same shirt on. That's hilarious. Trying to see if I could catch it. But anyway.
All right, Coach. Be easy.
All right, thanks, man.
Peace.
Yes, sir. 6951, give me 1 second. I'm coming to you. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I got the video is right here. The highlights and the lowlights. All right, let me see if I can get this. I'm sorry, y'all. All right, let me get the next caller. 6951. Caller, talk to us. Give us your name, where you calling from. You're the last one for the night.
What's going on, Coach? This Q City Kane, baby.
Q City, what's up with you, baby?
Well, hey, take your time. What's the rush, baby?
Man, he's a dog, not a mutt. Can you hit that line for me one time? Hit that thing for me, Q.
Take your time. What's the rush?
Talk to him, Carson Beck.
Mommy is the dog, not a butt. Hey, look at here, man. Look at here. These people need to stop beating themselves up.
That's right.
Carson Beck didn't throw the ball deep well all year.
That's right.
He didn't all year. That pass he made. Now, if you go back to your video, and I know you got that video, you'll see Malachi Tony streaking down the middle of the field wide open. He must have didn't catch him. His eye must have didn't catch Tony early enough. Because the pass he threw to that boy, I think he threw that pass like a reaction. And he threw it too short because he's supposed to lay that ball out. If he'd have laid the ball out and a little air on it, that'd have been a touchdown. I mean, you can't look at things and say, what they're gonna feel about Beck after the game and all. Because understand now, that year, Testaverde threw all them interceptions against Penn State. Looked like he was throwing to them. But the next year they came and won the national championship, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what we all got to look at. Look at here, Miami ready. All they talk about how much money they paid Mensa. Mensa's the right fit at the right time. Remember the old saying, get in where you fit in?
Mm-hmm.
He fits in, Coach.
No,
and he got a whole lot of more weapons than Beck had.
Mm-hmm.
Understand, they said, talking about the offensive line, we lost too many people. Not the talent Miami got it now on the offensive line. Defense, gonna be all right. They're gonna be all right. They like I said, take your time. What's the rush, Coach? It's gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Trust me. This man done built a juggernaut. Watch and see what those kind of offensive players in those kind of key positions. The slot, the outside, the running backs. Oh, Coach, come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
He got more talent than Ward had.
Yeah, but do me a favor.
Yeah.
We love to talk offense. And I get that.
But
we
defense, you want to talk defense.
Yeah, I want to talk because the thumbnail is defense is the key for our success.
Okay. What's your concerns on defense, Coach?
Well, you must have missed the beginning of the show. But here's what I'll say.
Yeah.
Because I don't want this to sound like it's I'm not griping, I'm not mad.
Mm-hmm.
I got to keep giving these disclaimers and yada yada. My thing is, I think we show our hand defensively way too easy. We give offenses a pretty picture of what we're going to do, and we have out-athleted. I don't even know that's a word, but shout out to the SAT people at Webster. If y'all ever use it, Coach Hayes coined out-athleted people, right? We out-athlete folks because, and again, I don't want this. I want to be clear. I'm not griping. I don't even want to change the defense. What I want to change is the picture that we show offenses, the look that we show offenses. They know it's
you want to show us. You want more disguises.
We have to because you put your team at a disadvantage because these quarterbacks and coordinators are so good. If I know, it's almost like playing. A perfect example. You ever seen one-on-ones in practice, or you ever watch 7-on-7 or the opening or whatever?
Yeah. Well, certainly.
It's designed for the receiver to look good.
There you go. I know it, baby. I'm with you.
But think about
I'm with you.
Think about the disadvantage a cornerback is in. You ever watch like Destroying or these people that do the one-on-one videos at the parks and all the people there? The receiver has the entire football field to run in, and the corner has to cover him. And
That's
9
right.
times out of 10, if you watch it, he's always getting beat on the inside route because the field don't ever run out inside. They don't keep him in a 10-yard box. So you're telling this one DB to cover a guy on all this field. Now take that and transplant that into a game. If I know that you are truly in man, why can't I use that same, in essence, concept on 11-on-11 when I know you don't have no help?
Right.
But if I show something different sometimes, I'm not saying you got to do this all day, every day. I'm just saying that I think these coordinators are so good. Now we've got 15, 16 games at Miami on tape. And if you go back and watch the show earlier, I showed a comparison. Again, this is not a knock. I was just showing what coaches do to find advantages. Ohio State found a play that Penn State ran against Corey Heatherman at Minnesota, and it was successful for a touchdown. Ohio State ran that same play against us in the playoff, the same exact play, formation and all. Got the same exact defense out of them, so they knew this particular formation will get us this defense. So formation A will equal formation A for the defense, and we know how to beat it then. And
Coach.
That's all I'm saying. So if you go back and rewind some, you'll see. If you go back earlier in the tape, you'll see. And I'm just simply saying that what's scaring me, and I shouldn't even said that. What my concern is in the playoff section. I think during the season we're fine, but as the talent gap gets shorter and smaller as you get into the playoffs and up the ladder, we can't just show the same way offenses run motion, or they'll shift guys over to give the defense a new look. Because usually when you do that, what happens? The defense has to audible and change. Because the defense I run with 2 backs in the backfield, a tight end, and 2 receivers, a pro set, is not the same defense I run against a 3-by-1 in a single back.
Exactly.
So when I motion from a pro to a trips, usually the defense check blue, green, whatever they call it is, because it's changed. So what happens pre-snap for defenses? If you show me press man and I'm press. Hey, check whatever. Check Blue Angels. Blue Angel mean goes. Run all, like a jet. Take off like a jet.
Right.
Because he's pressed. But what if I'm press bail? So I'm looking like man, and I'm bailing out to cover 3. I'm just saying those are my different things, man.
Yeah, but coach, that all comes down to discipline.
No.
Miami's always had an athletic defense. Always was good, fast, strong, physical. Their problem's always been discipline. They lose discipline at times. And they did it in every game last year, minorly. But getting back to the fact that I agree with what you said about that. You disguise your defense, because remember the play when the kid caught the back shoulder pass when they got the first down there before Mendoza ran that touchdown, that quarterback sneak?
Yeah, because he was pressed.
He was pressed.
Yeah.
You're right. He was pressed, and he had time to reach back and catch that ball.
But that's designed. That's what I'm telling you.
That's right.
But imagine if I'm playing off and I play cover 2, right?
He couldn't have did it.
You sitting there waiting on it. But again, that's Monday morning quarterbacking, so I don't want to say that. I don't want to be that guy. But I'm saying, if I'm off, he doesn't throw the back shoulder. He throw in the hitch, but you're playing cover 2, so you're jumping it.
There you go.
You get where I'm going?
You're right.
If I'm playing press,
absolutely right.
Okay, here's the best part. I'm playing press. I'm listening to the cadence. Green 32. Green 32. Set. I'm bailing at the last second. Now, when I say green, if I listen to the cadence, because I used to ask my players this, after the first series, I want you to tell me what the cadence is on the defense, on the offense. Right? I will ask, what's the cadence? Down, sit, hut. Cool, that's their cadence. But now everybody's thinking. So now you know when the blitz, when the shift, when the move. Because once I get it down, sit, I'm already on my way to hut. I can't change it because I'm going to get a false start because their offense is on the same move. Now, again, in college, they just clap their hand. Fine. And you see the guy with the fake clap. Fine. Well, keep moving until you see that. If you know they like the fake clap, keep moving, doing your thing. Keep them guessing. But if I just line up in your face like this and play man, ain't no different than 707, bro.
So let me ask you something, Coach. Do you think that's what scares you in this coming year about this defense?
The manipulation of it, yes. What scares me is as we get further along, that they will do things. And again, I'm not saying we're going to have to stop everybody and have no score games. That's not, I hope people are not taking that. What I'm saying is that we have to do a better job of not putting that kind of pressure on the players that a quarterback, if I know you're in man, you've done half my job for me. I know the receiver knows what to do. I know what to do. I know where to go with the ball.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this question, Coach.
Yeah.
On this defense, we were strong up front last year. I think our factor of being better than anybody's defense or being a better defense, we're better in the backfield this year.
Okay. See, let me say this. Shout out to Ben Marcus. This is why I hate doing these shows, because y'all not listening. You're hearing, y'all hearing me. I'm talking to Ben Marcus says, come on, man. I get your worries. So that's the part that let me know you understand. But the fan of y'all are saying, but man, our D was nasty last year. Let's see if we stink. I'm not saying we're going to see. It's almost like
that's right.
This is why I say you can't say when you talk on these shows like this. If I say I like left, that doesn't mean I don't like right. If I say, hey,
I understand, Coach.
No, I know you do. A
lot of these people you talk to, Coach, are just fans. A lot of these people are not football people.
I get that, but that's why I try to do this show, and that's why I say, please come here with an open mind and just listen. I'm not speaking as a fan. What I'm just speaking as, this is what coaches sit in their office. You know how many coaches don't want to go to ACC Media Day, SEC Media Day? They'd rather sit in their office and try to figure this kind of stuff out. But when you're fanned out and not a fan, and I'm not accusing you, Ben Marcus, you've been hanging with your boy for a minute. But anytime you say something, people take it's almost like the little kid syndrome, right? Like the child. You think I'm talking about your child and you the parent. I'm not. I'm saying this needs to be fixed.
Right.
So anyway, let's say we think I think, but now I think you're nitpicking. No, I'm not nitpicking.
Right.
This is what coaches do. Yes, we try to find, because guess who's going to nitpick? The opponent.
That's right.
It's called literally.
That's right.
When they call it the chink in your armor. One little hole in your armor can be deadly to you, brother.
Right. But let me put this on you, Coach. When it comes to the defensive line and the defensive ends, now I grant you, we took a blow because the two big guys are gone. But let me tell you a little secret.
Talk to me.
Bain was good, Mesidor was good, but these boys that's gonna be at the end, this kid from Missouri, and whoever on the other end, Low or whoever they put over there, Lightfoot or whoever they put over there, they're quicker though. They're physical, but they're quicker. They're quicker than Baines and Mesidor. Those boys are quicker. And I don't know if they stop the run. That's going to be the key because Mesidor and Baines stopped the run pretty well. Mm-hmm. That's going to be the key. But the defensive line isn't going to be the factor on that defense. This is going to be the secondary.
Exactly. And again,
it's going to be the secondary.
But again, they're okay. So now just follow the domino point. Follow the dominoes. What we got away with those guys in man and so forth, right? Mm-hmm. Cool. Mm-hmm. I actually love Damon Wilson. I had a video saying he was one of the 5 guys that Miami was supposed to get. We gotta have these guys. Way back when he was being recruited out of high school, this, that, and the third, out of Venice High School here in Florida.
I remember him.
And going to Georgia, Missouri, so forth. Fine, not a problem.
Right.
But what you have to remember as coaches, there's what they call sound defense. You can't not, they got 2 double negatives there, can't not. You can't not think about these things as from a coach's perspective. You can't say, oh, I could do this on the backside because the front foot. I could do this. Coaching concepts don't work that way. Ruben Bain and Mesidor getting there is a bonus. You have to be sound. That's like building a house saying, I ain't going to put no nails in the roof because the wind ain't going to blow. You see what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going to put no nails in it because the wind ain't going to blow. And so the roof don't really need to be strapped down perfectly. But what happens when the wind decides to blow? What happens if, hate to say this, the injury bugs show up? What happens if the guy just ain't playing like he's supposed to play? What happens if, remember I talked about the what ifs? The what ifs are a real thing in football. And I get the fandom. I get it. But again, this is why it says Coach Hayes. See that right up there? Coach Hayes, not Fan Hayes. Not Hurricane Hayes, not Hayes like them Canes. I'm trying to pass on over the 25 years experience I had to the people that watch this show. And if you don't like it, that's fine. I can dig that. I'm not mad. I just hope that when people hear this, just open your mind and listen to what I'm saying. And some people don't understand constructive criticism, right? Mm-hmm. They don't understand constructive criticism. They think everything is criticism. But what they don't understand is
I love the way you do it. You put everything in perspective. I love the way you do it.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a lot, like I say, you got a lot of people who don't understand the game of football. They just fans and they're looking at one way. You look at it from all aspects of the game. And that's how you got to look at that.
Yeah. You
got to look at all aspects of the game, all the team that's coming back next year. There's not going to be Bain. It ain't going to be like Baines and Mesidor out there. That defensive line ain't going to be like that.
But it might be better. Gone. But here it is. It may be better.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. There you go. See, that's what I like about you.
I know.
That's what I like about you.
And that's what I'm saying. It may even be better. You didn't hear me say, our defensive line ain't going to do. No, it may be even better. But that still doesn't negate the fact that we can't just show them exactly what we're doing.
There you're right. Exactly. That's right.
That's all I'm saying.
You're right there, coach.
It doesn't negate the fact. Right. It doesn't negate the fact. That's just like this. Man, why we run stunts with Ruben Bain? Because you need an advantage.
That's right.
There's a reason. He can't come off the edge every play doing the same thing because he gonna get they're
gonna catch on to that.
You got it. This is the chess match. And that's
right.
That's all I want people to really understand when you're doing this and you're talking like this. Nick Saban even said this. Remember he talked about, hey, I celebrate the natty for that night, and the next morning I'm right back at it.
Right.
Bro, why is that? What is tomorrow going to truly change in your life that you can't celebrate the next day about the natty? You want to know why? Because we're programmed to find problems and solve them. Fans want to celebrate wins, which is fine.
Right.
What I want to do on this show is for people that are watching, when they watch football, they watch it in a little bit different light. Damn, I wonder if that dude, Coach Hayes, know what the hell he really talking about. Let me see. That's why.
But that's the way I like. That's why I like to talk with you, Coach, because you prevail things that ain't seen, things that's supposed to be corrected, things you feel that should be corrected. I like that. I really do, because I go right back to what you say and go back to some of the film and look at those games. And everything you say hit right on the point. You could tell, you could ask anybody in my family, I said, Coach was right. Coach right.
Yeah, and again, and I'm not here because you don't hear me. I'm not a bragging, but I told y'all, I know what I know. This is just, you know, this is what we're doing. That was the whole purpose of doing these lives and these channels. And it's the same thing I talk about when I do the WRE breakdowns. You're looking at what players do and what they don't do, because that's what coaches are looking at when they're recruiting guys. The only difference is I try to make it a little entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, you got an audience. But when football coaches look at tape, that's the most boring shit in the world. Excuse my French. It's quiet. They end up looking. This dude's a bum. Man, his feet terrible. If I talked on them videos the way coaches talk in a room, even about these 4 and 5 stars, y'all be like, this guy's a hater. Because they will talk about, they will mention what he does well, but they're going to
not what he doesn't do.
But they're
well.
going to highlight what he does bad, because they need to know does the bad outweigh the good? If he has way more bad than good, we ain't touching him.
Coach, let me tell you something. These 5-star, 4 stars, some 3-2 will make no difference. You got to understand and watch when you recruit what kind of program they come out of. I mean, these kids could be playing in a conference in high school football. They ain't playing nobody. You know, they're overwhelming people because they ain't playing nobody. And see, most of the kids when they get in school, in college on the D1 level, like Miami and Florida, Ohio State, you see a lot of them, they fade out. People, what happened to so-and-so? What happened to so-and-so? He's never played on that competition. He's never had to compete in college with another kid. He's never had that kind of competition to compete against. I mean, it happens, Coach. It happens. You got to be careful the 5 stars and the 4 stars that you say are 5 stars and 4 stars now. Because sometimes these kids don't play in that kind of program. But give Cristobal credit again. You don't see him very early recruit a kid that's top-notch out of a weak program or a program that don't play big-time football.
Yeah, and I think it's all, you know, you're not going to hit on everything, dog. Like I said, you ain't married your first girlfriend. It's very few people married the first girl they ever kissed, right? It's
That's
just
right.
part of life.
That's my man. That's my nigga.
You're
right.
Honestly. No, you didn't. You didn't marry your first girlfriend, did you?
Hell no.
All right. Guess what?
The second and third one either.
Well, you lost on that one. You crapped out on that one. You crapped out on that one. And eventually you found the right one. It's just, it's the law of averages, bro. That's all this is. This is life, right? You got some people.
Right. You're right, Coach.
No, think about it. It's very few stories where people grew up, their first girlfriend they ever had, that's they've been their life partner all their life. It's just what it is.
Exactly.
Right? So
you're right.
So yeah, you try to do your best to evaluate the talent. Okay, that's the easy part. Now, who is he from a character standpoint? That's the difference.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
Most most dudes don't fail in college because they don't have it athletically. They're there because they met the athletic criteria. Most dudes fail in college and NFL, if they're blessed to get that far, is because of who they are.
And you, coach, don't say it. You, man, yes, we say you. So that's why I like dealing with you, like talking to you. You on point, just like what was the Willie Williams kid or Willie? What his name was? Went to Miami.
Yeah,
it was crazy. Like he was crazy. Like he crazy. Tore up motel rooms and carrying on.
Yeah.
The linebacker.
Yeah,
what was his name? Willie Williams.
Listen,
what was his name?
Willie Williams, phenomenal athlete.
Yeah.
Listen, phenomenal. Couldn't get out his own. He couldn't get out his own way. But you know how many players?
Mental. That was mental, coach. That was mental.
Yeah, but there's so many players like that, bro. There's so many players in this world.
You're right.
Bro, do you know there's some athletes out here that's better than what we see? There's probably 1,000 Jeremiah Smiths out here, bro. But we'll never know.
Right.
We'll never know.
You're right.
And I'm going to tell you one more thing. That's a real thing. Believe us or not. But it still had nothing to do with their talent. A lot of players.
You're right, coach.
A lot of players fall out of love with this game. And before they walk away, they self-sabotage.
Yeah, you. Yes, sir.
I'm telling you. Before
coach,
they fall out of love. I'm just telling you, they fall out of love with the game. They don't see high school was easy because practice after school. So I come to school late. High school starts 7:30. Man, I don't get to school to 9:30 because I got weightlifting first period. My history teacher liked me, so she cool. So I don't drive up to school till 9:30, 10 o'clock. Go there. I go to practice. I chill. Coach don't work me hard because he's scared I'm going to leave. Blah, blah, blah. And then when you go to college, your ass is up at 5. Don't get hurt because you're in the training room at 5 o'clock. Getting your ankle rubbed on. You're going to check in to eat breakfast. You're going to do these things. See, now you have to follow a set of rules, and it's like it's a culture shock. It had nothing to do with your talent. What you mean? I got to get up at 5 o'clock, man. I ain't used to going. I ain't never had to go to. My first class was third period.
Oh, think about this. That's the difference of a person.
Yeah, but
who
you got
play a game and who loves the game.
Yeah, but then you got kids now doing these online classes in high school, so they don't even get up out the bed until it's time to go to practice.
That's right.
And that could create a character flaw. I'm not saying it does or it doesn't. I don't know, but that could create a character flaw where you are training your body for the next 4 years not to move until 2 o'clock every day.
That's right.
When in college, they practice at 8 in the morning. Most of them. I'm telling you. So guess what? They fall out of love with football. And guess what they'll do? They'll self-sabotage. They'll start coming late on purpose. So coach kick them off. They start missing meetings. Or guess what? They'll come back from break late and try to blame the airline. Man, my flight was late. My flight. Oh, these coaches got people everywhere. They know when them flights booked. You want to know why? Because they got a whole staff that book your flights for you. But see, these players think they know it all.
That's right.
So you come back from from Christmas break late or Thanksgiving break late or summer break late. You don't do that. You don't go to class, and all you waiting for is coach to kick you off so you can tell everybody, man, that coach got favoritism. He don't like me, dog.
Exactly.
But how he don't like you? But he gave you a $500,000 scholarship. But now he don't.
There you go.
How is it he don't like you? He recruited you. So,
coach, you don't need to be sitting behind no desk talking in a pod. You need to be somewhere in a D1 school, man.
Not me.
The state of mind you have about football and how it's ran and how it's coached, ain't no way in the world you couldn't be successful.
Just saying, bro. Yeah, you've been doing this. So I appreciate those words, and I do, and I thank you, man. I just simply say it like this. You know what I mean? A lot of times people are like, dang, coach, man, you get a game out free. Maybe I do. Maybe I should, but I just love to talk football. I am a Miami Hurricane fan, but I'm not fanned out. I know what kind of bull crap going over there in Coral Gables, but I also know what kind of bull crap going on in Columbus, Ohio, in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and Starksville, Mississippi, and Los Angeles, and Eugene, Oregon. It's all the same bull crap. It's just a different color with a different mascot.
That's right.
But anyway,
just like the same old, but a different day.
Yeah.
Coach. Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah.
I can dig it. But the coach, man, you keep doing the good work, man. Look at here. These people really would listen to you. But like I say, a lot of them isn't going to listen to you because a lot of them just not football people. A lot of them just fans.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot. You see, that's what you get a lot. Sometimes that's why you got to get deep with them sometimes, because the deeper you get, it's going to get worse because they ain't going to know what you're talking about no way.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you just keep doing the good work, man, because you sure enlighten me on a whole lot of things.
I appreciate it, man.
Everything you say on this TV and on the phone, I go right back to YouTube and watch them games, and I'll be damned if it happened just like you said it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I see it like Donnie did, but I want you to go back on that film and look at that game at the end when he threw that interception, and watch where Malachi Tony was going down the middle of the field, wide open.
Oh, I saw it, and what I'm telling people, you're right. What I'm trying. Okay, this is a perfect example, and I'm got to run after this. This is a perfect example. Yes, you are correct. Everybody's correct. However, this is back to my pregame, my pre-snap read. See, this is so trying to help people understand every play. It ain't 2, 3, and 4 reads, bro. Some reads are pre-snap. Maybe Shannon Dawson said, listen, if they give you one high, take the shot. That eliminates Malachi Tony right there because the pre-snap read was a one high. Take the snap.
One high.
See, you got to remember.
My nigga, we on point. Yes, sir. You're right.
No, they got a helmet. They got a helmet microphone. He's in the microphone saying, listen, man, we finna go X, Y, 1, 2, 3, 26 power, fake, da. If they give you one high, take the shot. He look out there, one high. Malachi Tony don't exist anymore in his eyes because coach said take the shot.
Right.
I don't know that to be factual. I'm just giving a scenario of what could have been. I don't know. I'm just saying. I don't want people to be like, well, how do you know? I don't know. I'm just telling you what happens in headsets, right?
Right.
That happens all the time.
But see, why I say that, coach, and I understand what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
When he dropped back, he looked around for seconds. You can see he looked one way, looked one way. And I think that was just his decision to throw that at him, because I guess that's who he saw at the moment. I don't see how he couldn't see Malachi Tony breaking loose over the middle, because he stood back there for about a second or two. See,
I'm gonna look at
I can see if it was a snap, and then he threw it after that snap, and he threw it. He dropped back, and he looked one way, he looked another way. He had to see Malachi Tony streaking down that damn field.
I'm gonna show you real quick. I got a dono. It's finished 316 for the $5. I thank you. Pain players made it much worse. Also on how certain ones act with culture shock. Even more cocky and do what I want because I can leave and get paid. 1,000%, bro. Listen, and that's the fine line, because the fine line in that, I do believe the player should get paid by all stretch of the imagination. No, he didn't look. He looked right. Listen, he looked right at the middle of that safety. He's trying to hold the safety. Hell, I done already got demonetized. Let's put the play on the board. I don't know if you can see. It might be a delay, but I'll just show people. Hell, it's already gone. Hey, it's finished 316. You're right. I appreciate the $5. Thank you so much, man. Thanks for donating. And I really appreciate that. But here's the play right here. I don't know if you can see. It's probably a delay. Bro, he's going to look right down the middle of the football field. Watch him. Let me take this caption.
Mhm.
Here's the safety, right? It's three receivers over here.
Mhm.
Hold on. Let me see if I can pull the cursor up so y'all can see. Oh, you can't even see the cursor. Never mind. If I do this,
You can see it.
can you see the cursor now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can't see the highlight. Okay. Here's the cursor here. Right? It's
Right.
three receivers over here. Let's look at, and again, I don't know if this is what Dawson told him. I'm only speculating. You got one safety in the middle of the field. He's right there on the 6. Right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
You got 3 up here on the formation to the boundary. It's what they call FIB, formation into the boundary.
Right.
It's only 2 high right here. So in his mind, here's a running back here. So he's probably thinking he got him. He's thinking he's taking anybody vertical. He's going to look right down the middle of the field to try to hold this kid. Watch this.
Right.
What he sees is him bailing. Look how underthrown that ball is, bro.
Yes, goodness. Badly. You don't think he was having trouble still with his arm, coach?
No. He threw
damn, he threw that ball
back. I just showed y'all earlier. You got to go back and look. I just showed you the same play. He threw the same ball against Louisville. It just, look, he didn't step into it. Look at his feet. Look. He didn't step into this throw. Look at his feet.
No, he just threw it. They would throw it flat-footed.
Look at his feet. There's nobody there to hit him.
No.
No press. Just throw the ball, bro. And I don't think, yes, is Malachi open? Yeah, but he already made his read. Look.
Yep,
Malachi,
that's right. There you go. He already made his read.
I know, but look, that's Malachi right. Just breaking. This ball is already cocked. Look, he's just breaking right here. This ball is already cocked. He ready. He made his decision. Look.
Yeah, you right, coach.
Yeah. It's 1st and 10. Right?
Right.
I'm not saying it's a great decision, but throw the ball out there.
That's what I'm saying. What is he doing? Oh, I hate to even look at that.
And really,
I really do.
This kid bailed right off the 6. Watch. See how they disguise this? This is a perfect example. Yeah. Look, I done already lost the video. It's already demonetized. See how they disguise this? This kid is in the middle of the field and going to bail and get over the top of this. Look at this. They showing 2 guys, and watch this guy peel out of here off the line. Now they got 4 on 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what they call box. All they did was box it, right? Watch this. Damn, I ain't got no marker. He cloud covers this thing. He's going to come here. Mm-hmm. He's going to go here. He's going to play inside, and this corner going to sit out here. See him? 1, 2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4.
Right? All they did was, and they ran cover 2. Now, I done already lost the video. Let's look at Miami. Goddamn ads, bro. I got to get off this thing, man. All right, here we go. Let's get to ad. I'm going to just show you defensively for us. Let's look at us defensively. Okay.
Show me on the play where the kid caught the ball, the back shoulder throw.
Right here. Here's a perfect, look at our corner. Look at our corner. Mm-hmm. He's 11 yards off the ball. I'm not mad. Mm-hmm. What I'm telling you is, and again, it's only 5 seconds left before the half. This is not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is give us a different look first.
Look first, right. Right, I understand.
That might be a bad play. This is kind of a. All right, here we go. I know right now we in man. I know we in man. Look.
I'm not.
No, look at their bodies.
Coach.
Look at their bodies. They looking dead at the man.
Right.
Dead, and I'm not mad. I want people to understand. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pre-snap.
Right.
Give me. Let's see how long it goes before we show we in man. Look, they still setting the offense. He's still setting the offense, and we already lined up. What do you think he's doing? You think he's audible?
Right.
He audible because he know what we in.
What you in? That's right.
And that's the win people are talking about. But look, even the commentators, watch them draw the 2 yellow lines. It's showing you the man. I didn't do that.
Damn.
And this is what we're banking on, which is fine.
Yeah, that's saying.
All I'm saying, give me a different look.
That's right.
Now look at this.
All right,
Look at this. 3rd and 17. I'm not necessarily mad at this. Because you got the down and distance in your way. Damn. Yeah, just trying to make a play, though. I ain't mad at that. We playing 2-man. It's 3rd and 9. So we got 2 high. Man. And that's what we're banking on right there. That's the erasers I'm talking about. Again, not mad at it. But that's the erasers we're talking about.
Yeah, well.
And again, like I said, that's my personal preference.
Now that's just like on that quarterback sneak when he scored the touchdown. To me, he knew what that defensive front was lining up in. He had to. I mean, who calls a quarterback sneak that time of the game at that point on the field?
He put the ball in his best player's hand. That was my point earlier. Mendoza was the best player they had. Right? And he could make and what did he do? He put the ball in. He said, I'm gonna live and die with Mendoza. That game was won and lost, in my opinion. Like that right there, that 4th and 5 was the most critical play of the entire game. Because if we stop that, that's ball game.
That's ball game. That's right.
Hold on, let me make sure. Let me see. Let me see how much time was left when they got that. One what?
No, I think it was a little time left when he scored that, wasn't it?
Look, watch this. Well, this is the catch right here you talking about.
Yeah.
Here's a perfect. Oh, damn, y'all can't see what I see. My bad. I took it off the screen. I thought y'all could still see it. Hold on. Oh, shoot. I messed up.
Really, it was an incredible catch, though. Coach.
No, it's designed. One high safety.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's coming up. One high safety.
Right.
4th and 5. Press to the top. Right?
Right.
Press to the bottom.
Right.
This safety on the hash can't help you.
No, he can't.
He can't help O'Connor.
He's out of. No, he can't.
So what is he telling you right now? Throw the back shoulder fade. That's just what he did.
Fade. That's right. That's what he did. But my point is, he threw it. It was designed, But it wasn't designed for him to throw it that low. He had to turn all the way back
Yeah,
around and catch that ball low.
Yeah, but his back shoulder. It just, I mean, they practiced that. They practiced that.
Yeah, true.
They practiced those. I mean, it wasn't the greatest of throws now, but a hell of a catch.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
It was designed to be behind him.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm.
4th and 5 right here. We stop them right there. Now, people want to talk about the game. We stop them right there. They don't score.
That's right. They don't
9
score.
minutes left in the game.
Because that was 4th down anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah. A 4th and 5.
Yeah.
Again, that was 2 4th and 5. Same drive. This right
Same
here.
drive.
This
Exactly.
right here was 4th and 5.
My point was, where was the fucking linebackers when he snuck that ball? What happened?
They playing man. Look.
Yep, the man. You right. There you go, coach. God damn it. That's what it was.
Look, they playing man. Watch them all turn and run. It was just a lead draw. He just missed the tackle right there, number 7.
Yep, missed the tackle.
Look, he playing man right here. Watch him turn his back. Them two playing man. They doubling 80. Number 1 and 6. They doubling him. They got the lead. And that's it.
Nobody accounting for the quarterback.
Playing man.
What it was. Well, we still had a chance to win that football game.
Man. Yeah, listen, I'm not mad at all. I just want people to understand, man, that that like I said, this is what coaches do. And if you come to this channel, please understand that's what you're getting. We don't blow smoke. We try to give you it from this perspective. So when you watch another game or you go back on YouTube and watch the full game, listen to what I have no problem.
Well, let me get coach before you leave. What you think about the difference in Beck and Mensa?
I think they're different kind of guys, right? I think
they are.
Yeah, they're different kind of
they
quarterbacks.
are.
Yeah, they're different kind of quarterbacks. That's all. That's all.
I think Mensa is a little more accurate than Beck is.
Right.
And he's a better downfield thrower than Beck is. Now he's much better that way.
Right. Right. But man, I'm gonna hit 3. I said an hour and a half. God, dog, y'all make me liars every year. But dog, Q, hit me with that outro music, man. Real quick though. Don't leave yet. When I tell you the whole time, hold on, don't rush. Don't rush right quick. Let me do the outro. And when I say Q, hit it, then you hit it. All right, if you don't mind.
All right.
Real quick, Canes Talk Live, man. I appreciate everybody in the building. Thank y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like, share, subscribe button. Again, this is all constructive criticism. It's football talk. Like I said, please, I challenge you. Go watch some of the games. Please go check us out. Challenge it. Look at what I said. If it doesn't match up, we'll take your notes, call me back. We can go through it, right? Also, become a member. We could do it in the Discord where we really can get down and dirty and take our time, and we really can learn. That's really what it's all about. So please make sure you hit that button for me, man. Hit the like button. It helps the channel grow. We're trying to get to 100,000 and we're 54,000 away. So what that mean? We got some work to do. So let's get to it. Appreciate y'all, man. The Canes Chronicle, what's up? All the other members in the building, thank y'all so much for stopping through. Chris Kane and everything else. Anyway, love y'all. Peace and hair grease. Q, hit it for me, dog.
Take your time. What's the rush?
What's the rush?
Miami is a dog, not a mutt. Take your time. What's the rush?
What's the rush?
Miami is a dog, not a mutt.
Not a mutt.
All right, coach. Take care, baby. Peace.
Appreciate you, Q. Much love, man. Go Canes, baby.
Sure, you're right, man.
My man.
All right.